everyone. Welcome to Unsung Fury, the first episode. Yay! How's everyone doing?
Wonderful.
Great. Fantastic.
Hopefully everyone's excited. Yeah, so this is episode 1. If you've been watching all of our prequels, you probably learned a little bit about how each of our characters is ending up together. And if you haven't, and this is your first episode that you are watching right now, you should definitely go check out the prequels. They're over at Margaret Crone Plays on the YouTube channel, or they're right here on Twitch. If you're a Twitch subscriber, you should be able to watch them there. And yeah, really fun. So I'm just gonna do the quick spiel, and then I'll throw it over to Frank so he can do all of the things. Actually, maybe we'll do like an intro of everybody too. We'll do that first. Yeah, so if you want to support the stream, you can go ahead and retweet the tweet that is out. Retweet if you're watching it live right now. It's awesome. If you're not, go ahead and follow Twitter and all that jazz so that you don't miss out on anything that's cool. And of course, if you want to subscribe to the channel here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Margaret Crone, that's how you can help support us in a monetary way, or you can also donate if you're feeling extra generous. I do pay the entire cast, so that does help me pay for all of that stuff. And yeah, that's kind of all I got. Thank you for being here and watching and following and subscribing and doing all of that jazz. So we'll just go around first with Frank. Frank, tell everybody who you are, what you're doing, and then we'll go around.
Hello, I am Frank. In this case, you may call me War Master Frank or Game Master, whichever one you really want to. You know it's War Master.
Lord Emperor. Do we get extra
That's
points
heresy.
if we call you that?
No, negative points. 5 corruption.
Okay.
I am, of course, the Game Master here and the Storyteller. Here to most likely kill Scott. Vote now, yes or no. But the answer is yes, obviously, kill Scott.
Where's their relation? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm the community manager here and a lover of 40K and all things Warhammer.
All right. Moving on over, we've got our wonderful Eric. Tell people who you are, where people can find you. Don't introduce your character yet, because I'm sure Frank has plans for how we're going to introduce ourselves to each other, because we are locked on a life pod together, so that's going to be great.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Eric. I'm Eric Vulgaris everywhere. I'm Roll20's business analyst and part-time role-playing game streamer. This weekend I just went to a local convention, played a bunch of games, and now I'm back on the design train again, so I'm designing games, and I just love games so much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm a new acolyte to 40K. I've started playing Kill Team. I've watched all of the Astartes videos. I'm listening to Eisenhorn right now, the third one. I'm just hooked totally, and so I'm
He's
excited.
in. We got him in. Haha.
Yeah.
Got him. This is all my plot, is just to have another person to nerd out with. That's all. I'm just kidding. And of course, moving on over, we've got the wonderful Lobo.
Hi, I'm Lobos Jr. I do streams here on twitch.com. And I don't know anything about Warhammer. Well, I only know a little bit. I've done a little bit of summarizing.
He's the newest acolyte. He will soon be one of us.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's about it.
And last but not least, we have Delric.
What's up? I'm Delric. I'm here to kill Maggie's character. We'll see how that plays out. It all depends on if Frank
Is that your
kills me
secret
not
objective,
first.
or your whatever?
It's
your
not.
objective?
I don't know how secret. I'm here to kill Maggie's character. To the rooftops. You can find me in all the places.
All right.
Warhammer.
And without further ado, we'll throw it over to Frank, because, I mean, this is my channel. If you don't know who I am, then just click on the things and learn all the things. So Frank, take it away.
Who are you?
Who am I? I don't even know who I am. It's fine. I play too many characters
right.
at this point that I don't think I have my own self. No, I'm just kidding.
This guy's a dungeon master. That's a common thing. All right, and jumping right into things straight away. Last we found our heroes. They were all rushing aboard their personal savior pod, or life pod. Each one was assigned to seats. There were a total of 5 seats, a pilot seat, 4 passenger seats where they could hunker themselves down and make sure that they didn't go flying all over the place. The life pod itself is fairly small, so having a space marine of sorts in there kind of takes up a lot of space because it's just meant to hold people until they're picked up by another ship, or if they land on a safe planet. Now, one of you went directly towards the pilot seat. I can see you guys fighting in chat. But one of you went immediately towards the pilot seat as two others strapped down. With a jerk, the ship launched as a explosion pushed the savior pods into space, and the engine kicked in and sent you flying. Is anybody controlling the ship?
Me. It was one of those,
All right.
like, oh, if I gotta do it.
If I gotta do it, I can. All right. Before you, you see a beautiful star screen in front of you. Galaxies far away, constellations yet unexplored. And directly in front of you are the controls to this ship. There are many computators or computers, cogitators, also computers, and auger arrays. Just a cool way of saying sensors.
Beep, poop, beep.
Self-destruct activated. The end. No. It was nice playing with everyone.
Told you I killed Maggie's character.
It's all working as planned.
Just as planned. Thank
So
you.
is this thing just like tumbling through space, just all end over end right now and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Two of you are strapped in, which would be... Three of you are strapped in. And one of you is in the pilot seat.
I said in my prequel that I sat in my seat and buckled in.
Okay. Three of you are strapped in. However, one of you was making your way towards the front of the ship as it was jettisoned. Commissar, will you please make a athletics check for me as you suddenly find yourself weightless in space, as the grav plates have not kicked on yet.
I'm so good at this check. It's my best check. Best check.
All right, you're fine. That was a difficulty 2.
Nailed it.
Nice.
So you're able to basically crawl your way, despite the negative G's, into the pilot seat. And you're able to strap yourself in. Make a tech check for me real quick.
Sure. This is even better check for me. Love this check.
You wanted to be the pilot.
I did not want to be the pilot.
I have.
Did you put points in pilot at all?
Yes, he did.
I don't think so. I
Did
honestly
anyone
don't think
put
so.
points in pilot?
I think just my raw skill
I
is
just your eagerness to volunteer.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's some dumb Marines. So
You were like, I am, right away. So I just assumed you had some flying capabilities.
Oh, it was very much like a. Oh, I guess I'll go.
Oh, that was not what I gathered from that. You sounded real excited.
You got a 6 on this?
Oh, you mean this session? That was
Yeah.
just me being happy to get to roll dice.
I think
Ooh, yeah, you got a 6, dude.
But not only
with the
did you
thing in like tutorial mode.
Yeah, no.
Please give us tutorial mode. Thank you.
So, not only did you get a 6, but you also rolled a Wrath die, which you can either use to basically tell me something awesome that happened, or you can bank it into a glory point. Which, by the way, the party starts with a party pool of glory of 4. Which one of you would like to take care of that and do the math for me for that?
I can. That's fine.
I think Lobos was also volunteering.
You please go ahead. Apparently, I'm a pilot.
Yes.
Apparently, I'm a pilot. So
4.
I mean, I was just going by whose reaction I saw first. All right. So, just so you guys are aware, the glory pool is a shared pool. And
The
just
glory what?
like with the glory pool.
okay, just take a shot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But just like with Wrath points, they will reset at the end of every session. So use it or lose it.
Perfect. So with that 6, what I want to do is to make sure that because like more or less things are going absolutely sideways over there. It's probably going to blow up. I just want to more or less say that we get away more or less unscathed. We don't have to worry about any like crazy stuff because we get away fast enough and safe enough trajectory.
Yeah. So you're able to take full control of the ship. It's no longer spinning wildly in space as the explosion that shifted you out of your launch port ended up doing to you. You were also, if you want to, able to activate the grav plates, which would give you Earth standard gravity on the ship.
Ooh.
Yeah, please do that.
Quick question. I grew up on Armageddon. Is that Earth standard?
It's about Earth standard.
Oh, okay. Beep, boop, beep.
All right. So the rest of you in the back, you suddenly feel yourselves go from lightly floaty to, ooh, okay, back to normal.
I hate the void.
in
my head.
Yeah.
I wanted to confirm, was this Bjor's ship that everybody piled into?
So it was the savior pod that was assigned to all of you. So it was the life pod that the
So we all live.
ship assigned to you.
We currently all are living, whether it's like permanent or like you're there on your own, whatever, for traveling. But on the Vanderwolf. The Vanderwolf is like this huge city that's flying in a giant spaceship city. And something just happened, like explosions and shit. And we all just ran to our assigned life pods. Which, not every person has an assigned life pod. Some people are just destined to die. We are the lucky few that actually get a life pod.
Yes. Lucky you guys.
Lucky.
You were rich. Okay, you had some money. But as you guys are flying now through space, the slight vibration of the engines going throughout the ship, you're able to feel that whether you're still strapped in or just through your boots. Luther, you're able to see on your display about 300 small beacons, all launching from the Vanderwolf as well.
I target all guns.
Oh, you have no guns.
We're on life pods.
It's a life pod. It has no weapons.
I changed
It's a shipping
trajectory to intercept.
All right.
So
You crash
no.
into-
So do they does this life pod or those all seem to have a very set trajectory, or is it just kind of like get away?
For the most part, it looks like a lot of them are tumbling aimlessly, while others are attempting to gain control, and a select few, like you, were able to actually gain control of your life pod and would appear to be heading in a direction.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so a lot of them are just kind of like. Okay,
Yes.
cool. All right, so I see them go in there. I suppose I don't know if I would like try to like link up like a communications network or whatever, so that we, in case there's any communication between us.
Yeah. Yes, I would like you to make a roll for that, however.
Sure.
Let's see if you are able. I heard something crash. I hope
It's okay.
not broken.
You're fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Let us make there's no communication roll. So we're going to go with the tech roll.
Oh, yay, my best skill.
Now, if you want, you can ask one of your other crewmates who might be able to do the radio bit.
Honestly, I don't know anything about any one of them yet, and so I'm just going to, if I screw up, then I will let's just, I can do this.
Have any of us seen each other before?
Yeah, see, I don't know them. You don't
Do any of us
me.
know each other?
Yeah, you've all heard rumors of each other, except for the commissar, since he was in a little more of an important area on the ship itself. But he's
Right.
most likely
AKA
further
also known as Scott didn't do his rumors.
Excuse me.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Excuse me.
Do
Do we need to have a conversation right now?
think
I'm
you
just
want to have a conversation. We're not going to have one.
What's this message you sent me at 7:01, Scott?
I don't know. I was at work at 7:01.
Weird. All right, but yeah. So, Luther, you would know a little bit about these people. You've heard rumors of them. In fact, you probably know that one of them might be an undercover agent of sorts. One of them is clearly a Catachan, which Catachans and commissars usually don't mix without one dying, aka the commissar. And the other is a space marine. So you've heard little things about them, but
Sounds like
to
I heard a
them,
lot.
you're relatively unknown.
Okay. So like I said, I wasn't going to ask for assistance on anything quite just yet. So I just, beep, boop, beep.
Yep. So you rolled a 3 on this one. So 3 points on that. You're able to communicate with a couple of the closer pods. Most of them are out of control. So there's 5 that you're contacted. All but 1 is fully out of control.
Okay.
They're probably screaming for help, aren't they?
Yes.
Mute that one. Beep.
It's all of them. It's all 4.
So, I mean, I go to set up communications. I honestly, I'm not going to sit there and take over piloting somebody else's ship through Wi-Fi. So it's one of those set up communications in case we can coordinate with them. If somebody's spinning out of control or if all of them are, then...
No,
Like
it
what?
kind of, based on Frank's description to me, it sounds a little bit like a the game Breakout, where just like blocks are hitting each other, just bouncing off everything. Just everything's the ball and the block at the same time.
Yes.
I think they're just ricocheting as they're just trying to get away in the blasts and stuff.
It's a space. It's
Bad time.
360
Yep,
directional.
of course.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of debris and people are just hitting all of it. Yeah. So again, it's one of those, like, I'll try to establish communications or whatever with anyone. And if it's not really working, kind of, and if that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, there was one ship that was relatively under control. However, the pilot of the ship itself sounded very panicky. But I've never piloted one of these before. I barely drive land vehicles.
Well, you're doing better than most of the others.
And their ship explodes. No.
You see if their ship explodes?
He's making a joke, I think.
No, I was being sarcastic.
Are we hurtling towards anything, like a planet, like a gravity well or something?
Now, there is a gravity well that is fairly close by, which is the main planet in the system, which is Tor, or Tor Primaris, for the longer version of it. Just call it Tor for short. That is several hundred kilometers away, however.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's no other large planetary bodies nearby, however.
I'm assuming this thing actually has a propulsion system. So again, like the first thing was to get to safety. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's a shipping container. It's a glorified shipping container with a couple like bottle rockets on the side of it for like SRS thrusters.
More or less.
Not exactly.
Which is more or less what I kind of expected for a life pod, right? But it's kind of like get away from the debris, so we don't have to worry about getting smashed into and dying. And then kind of like if we are away, if like that was successful, away from there, then we can try to choose that. That's like when I'll kind of like turn to the others and start speaking to them, or kind of like where we headed.
Yeah, you're trying to get us to safety first. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think Bjor would unbuckle and get up and go, "We need to get to the planet," and then he would like start taking the reins on it.
Are you really?
Just like move out of the way.
You're not like,
we gotta get to the planet. Move out of my way.
Yeah.
You're like, turn this thing around.
No, yeah, but he's gonna pretty much just like start piloting it towards the planet.
Yeah. So you sit in the co-pilot seat, just plump down like next to him.
Yeah, it becomes a very cramped up front.
I was kind of hoping there wasn't a co-pilot seat, and he's just like, "Whoa, buddy, hey." No. So that's fine. So you just come in. You just want to take over piloting over towards the planet.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, when he sees you like just messing with the radio and like trying to contact people, like he'll just take over the piloting aspect of it.
Awesome. So we're at safety anyway. So if you just want to take over piloting, I'll just kind of like look at the massive size of you, and Does he look like he knows what he's asking you, Lobos? Does your character look like he knows his way around a control?
He seems kind of familiar. He's probably seen them in operation before. He's like, but he's confident, so he looks like he knows what he's doing at least.
You know what?
Boy.
You know what?
Worst.
Can I roll to see if that's confidence is just bluster? Is there like
Ooh,
an
nice.
insight or something?
There is indeed an insight.
There is insight.
Do I roll that against something?
Let's. Are you bluffing by any chance, Bior?
I think based on what people said, I probably have the best piloting. I have some piloting.
What's your piloting?
It's 2 + 2.
No,
That's
what's
not
your
some piloting.
what's
Ranks-
your total?
It's what's your rank?
Oh, sorry, 6.
Mine's an 8. Damn it, I am the
Oh no, it
pilot.
is an 8. It is 8. Wait.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's an 8. It's an 8. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet. Good. All right. So he looks about as competent as me, and that means that I don't have to do it. So it's one of those like I look over. He looks competent and confident. So I'll just be like shrug, and I'll actually unbuckle and get up, and as I walk away, I'll kind of like turn back and be like, "Let me know if you need any help," and then I'll go into the back room and just kind of plop down into the warm seat that he just got off of.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the seats themselves are very close together. Each seat is across from a large cogitator screen or computer screen, which, if anyone wanted, they could tap into and use. So right now, they're set to a view screen. The view screen, of course, being the slowly moving away Vonderwolf, which is trailing fire from its belly.
Would I know how to contact the Wonderwolf at all?
Yes, actually. If you would like to step into the pilot seat and take control of the communications.
Yeah, if I see Luther come back, because he comes back and sits down with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be like, "You're not the pilot. You're not the pilot."
I can pilot.
She unbuckles because she's like, "What the hell's going on?" She unbuckles her seat and she'll walk over, sit down.
Yeah, and as
Does
both
that
of
leave
you
me
are,
alone with the Catachan?
yes,
Things just got awkward real fast.
yeah.
I just give you a little, like, appropriate head nod, like this is normal.
This is fine. Everything's fine. However, for the 2 people in our pilot seat, I want you to make a quick tech roll. And then
Each of us, or just the pilot?
both of you, yes.
I'm bad.
Is this because something is happening, or is this to like plot the right course, or
100% because something is happening. However, you both pass. So,
It's like my luck can only hold over so long.
yes, Maggie, you just passed, but you also have that wonderful wrath point again. So, both of you are able to immediately detect through the debris some of the savior pods that were picked up before. The beacons are going out quickly. Astara, you're able to see on the auger array in front of you, the radar that's basically detecting all the ships. There are 12 much larger ships coming in against the Vonderwolf. They're slightly smaller than the Vonderwolf, but far larger than you.
Do you see that over there? There's some ships. I point them out to the person who's driving.
Probably who caused the problems in the first place.
Does it seem like they're like attacking the ship or like
beacons are
boarding
going
it?
down.
Yes, both of you, if you look slightly closer, you're able to tell there are weapon discharges coming from these ships.
Lovely.
you know, like in Battlestar Galactica, like when the camera like does the awkward like zoom in thing, you see like the streaking torpedo shots like coming in.
Do
Totally
we?
watch that show. Yep, definitely.
Great show. You should definitely watch it.
Totally watch that.
It's amazing.
And try to identify the ships, or do I just yes or no identify them?
Yeah, you can
The comp side
identify
array
them
probably
easily.
would. The comp side array would probably have something on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell?
Is it just saying like unknown? Or is it saying like unknown Imperial craft? Or is it saying unknown period? Or like get out? Like
So for these ships, it looks like they have planetary identifiers on them.
Yeah.
However,
Everything
it's
outside of that.
it's not showing the name of the ship. It is showing simply that these are monitor craft or monitor defense craft of the planet Tor.
So they're gonna shoot at us as we come in.
It seems that way.
However, yes.
Do we know anything about Tor? Like in terms of who's
It's
there?
a loyal world. The governor all of you would know this general information. The governor recently, air quotes, had two twin children, and he had invited multiple delegates from the Imperium to basically bless the next heir. And that was a while ago.
Well, I tell our Space Marine pilot here and say, I know we all gotta die someday, but can you make sure that I don't die out here in this void and I'm on solid ground?
I'll do my best. And he's just going to keep piloting towards the planet.
I looked at the commissar after that assuring response. I say, see, nothing to worry about. I sit back.
Yeah.
Arms
And-
crossed.
Knowing that things might get a little shaky, I'm actually going to. He says that nothing to worry about. I'm just like, huh. And then I'm going to stand up and I'll go back over there. I'm going to lean over to the female character whose name I haven't learned yet. So I'm going to lean over and be like, do you know how to pilot, or are you just working comms?
I'm trying to get a hold of somebody. And she's basically just trying to get a hold of the Vanderwolf, and specifically if she can get a hold of her friend.
Yeah, so make me another tech check.
I'll hang in the doorway.
And this will be a tech check of 3. Nope,
3,
perfect.
make it.
All right. So you are able to actually get through the current chatter that's going through the current space. And you don't reach the person that you're looking for because, unfortunately, they don't have a interstellar communication device on them. However, you're able to get on with one of the communication officers on the bridge of the Vonderwolf itself. And in the background, you can hear frantic orders being given and a stern, booming female voice in the background giving firing orders. And the person that you're able to get in contact with sounds very nervous as they basically give you a designation number, which you would guess is the ship number that you have.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be this is life pod, and then give the
Just
ship
the
na-
long
ship
string of
number.
numbers and letters.
Yeah. We can see some ships that are on the way, and then I will explain as much detail as I possibly can what we're seeing.
Yeah. So you're able to see these are what are called monitor craft. They're planetary defense craft. They're armed enough to cause an issue. However, they cannot travel from system to system. They can only stay within the solar system itself. But that's all the information that you're able to
I share that
glean off of them
information.
just from.
Unfortunately, way more powerful than our craft.
Yeah.
Thank you, 31697773. If you can, get clear as fast as possible.
What destination do we go to?
Anywhere safe. The planet, we're not going to be able to pick you up if we have to fight 12 of the bastards.
These are crafts from Tor. They're the closest planet we can reach. It doesn't seem like they will be friendly.
New information. Civil war on planet. Proceed with extreme caution. Land safely. Get to safety.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, I look at you and I shrug. All right. Who should we contact once we land?
Senior officers of Tor may be able to evacuate ship if possible. However, we will win this fight. We will come back for you.
How will you find us?
Keep your transmitter beacon on you. I would suggest for now turning it off. They are targeting our savior pods.
I immediately turn off my beacons.
Yep. Just roll a quick tech check. Let's see if you're able to.
Self-destruct button.
Ooh.
Able to in time is the question.
On the panels in front of you, there are hundreds of buttons and levers and switches.
I look around and I'm confused. I hit a button and then it doesn't do what I expect it to do, and I look over at the guy who's piling. I'm like, do you know how to turn off the beacons?
Oh,
Do I try and roll an assist or do my own roll?
can I suggest something?
Yes.
It's you do turn off the beacon, but there's still like a square around the ship, and that's because that's the target lock and not the beacon.
That's way worse, buddy.
You're like, we shouldn't be on the map right now, but it's the opposite thing. We're still targeted locked.
That would be great for a complication. I'll keep that in mind for the next failed roll. However, yeah, just make a quick tech roll, and then I'm going to have one of you destroy the ship by accident.
Oh, cool. Let's see.
Oh no, you've piloted these, or at least the simulation versions of these before.
Nice.
You're able to hit like 6 or 7 switches and press a button, and nothing noticeably changes except on your own little auger radar, the little center dot that you're in just turns off.
Nice. That should do. Should be off the radars now.
She nods.
33777791. Are you still there? We'd lost contact with you. Did you turn off your transponder?
Yes, we did.
Oh, thank the God, Emperor. We thought they got you before you got it.
We will try to do what we can.
Stay safe. Emperor bless. And the comm goes dark.
All right.
This one I'll kind of like lean in and say, want to switch? So,
Yeah, she stands up. She moves over out of the way.
I'll kind of do that awkward like shuffle around the big guy, because it's a big guy. It's a small chair.
Yeah, mind you, it is a fairly small.
There's
a lot of shimmying going on.
Remember, all of my brothers are much larger than me, and I'm 5'11", so I'm used to tight spaces with big people. So, I'll kind of like squeeze into that like tight little spot or whatever, and just kind of like, and I could get ready to take over as the co-pilot. So allow him to be the primary, and I'll take secondary to give you assists on all your rolls. That way, if we fail, it's your fault.
Nice. Yeah. I assume you heard all the updates there.
Yep. Looks like we're going to have to go in, try to keep quiet, find out who the fuckers are, and kill them all.
Right. Yeah. How far away are we from the planet? Does it seem like? Is it going to be a pretty big trip?
Yeah, it's going to be a fairly long trip, a couple hours at the very least.
Okay.
And that's if you want to stay hidden with your engines just at medium power. You can go full throttle and get there in like 3 hours, or you can go medium power and get there in 6.
Okay. I think we'll go medium for at least a little while until it seems like we might be off. Well, I guess if we're landing on the planet, we want to keep off their radar. So medium for now.
Excellent. Is there anybody else want to do anything aboard the escape pod? Wow.
I'll just keep an eye out. I think what I might do is... Ooh, I'll wait. I do have something I want to do. I need to look at something.
And she stabs the commissar with the spear.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Right here, guys.
You wanted to challenge me.
As the ship gets further and further away, on the display panels and the like, which are still looking towards the Von der Wolf, you can see that the Von der Wolf is shouting her fury back at her enemies. Her micro batteries firing salvo upon salvo, screaming her anger, her fury, her pain back at her enemy, who is firing back at her. You're able to see multiple explosions aboard the ship, whether they're secondary or impacts. You notice her shields are down. And you know they should be functional, but not all the escape pods are out of range of the shield yet. You have the feeling that she's keeping them down on purpose so that you may escape without crashing into her shields from the inside. As you get further and further away, the fire from the Vanderbilt becomes less and less, but so do the enemy ships. At first there were 12. Now there's 8. 6. She's slowly fighting back. Pilots, roll another tech check for me.
Uh-oh.
A lot of tech checks for this one today. All
Did you need
right.
it from me as well, or just
Are
him?
you also piloting?
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if it was just him.
Okay.
No, I thought it was assisting.
I mean, this is more for if you notice something.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
So, Bjorn, you immediately notice this. And it's a fairly small little blip on your screen that starts to blink with a odd round symbol that looks like it has 3 triangles on it. And just in scrolling text, it says, radiological alarm detected.
What do you know what that means immediately?
Someone fired a warhead of sorts.
Oh, good. All right, he'll really quickly alert everybody. Is there any sort of like chaff or anything on this escape pod?
No, there's very few defense. Funny enough, there is actually chaff. You have 2 chaff uses, or IR smoke, whatever you want to call it. However, the radiological alarms, it's coming towards you, but not directly at you.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a payload coming towards us, but not directly towards us.
Can I use my crush ability?
This is at a great distance, and you don't know exactly where it is. If Bjorn had to guess from his wonderful 5, it is a nuclear warhead torpedo fired from one of the monitor ships.
Is there any way to try and gauge what it might be heading towards, or if it's just like veering off?
You would guess it is heading towards the Vanderbilt itself.
Oh, okay. So are we in between the Vanderwolf and the incoming warhead?
You're technically in between it. It was fired from one of the monitor ships, which are in front of you by a couple hundred kilometers. The Vanderbilt behind you by a couple hundred, and it's going to go by you by a bit.
All right.
But it's
he'll
not
do
going to
his-
ever come in enough range for me to use my ability.
It's probably not going to come in within a few dozen miles of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because space is
I
wonderfully
think my
long.
range is 20 meters, so.
Yes.
He'll keep flying, making sure that there's no trajectory change that would bring it towards them. But other than that, no real like evasive maneuvers.
Yeah. And a few moments go by, and a light blooms from the center of the Vanderbilt as a nuclear discharge goes off against her hull. As the light dissipates, the screens that automatically dimmed slowly come back into focus. And you can see that the Vanderbilt, while her engines are still firing, she's no longer firing her guns. And yet, there are only 3 monitors left. Each one damaged and limping closer towards the Vanderbilt.
How far away is the vulnerable from us?
About 200 kilometers.
It's really close.
Nothing.
You're not that close.
I have,
Yeah.
I have some things that work
Space-wise.
like 5 kilometers.
Space-wise, you're very close.
Yeah, space-wise, we're close. I
No.
guess I think Astar is just watching in horror because she knows a lot of people there. All the officers that she was working with are there.
Yeah.
Her best friend.
In the fatalistic gallows humor sense, yeah, I just say nothing you do about it. Maybe nap. I just put my head back.
I don't know. Kind of going through my head, that they had their job. They did their job. They died for a cause. So we gotta keep going. We got our jobs to do.
Astara
I
kind
don't
of
say it though. It's kind of like in my head.
looks at Dildo. Kind of gives him a look, but then you see her kind of like staring off. And then she sits back.
I mean,
Because there's nothing she can do.
do you think it was? Does anyone think it's dumb that the Vonderwolf let us go? Like it should have survived and let us die? Is anyone feeling like a little guilty about it?
Like out of character?
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Out
No.
of character, my character wishes that she would have forced her friend in the pod and then she would have stayed and helped the old couple.
So there's
Wish we could have intercepted that missile, but what are you gonna do when you're like, a little, bottle rocket? There's nothing you can do. So it's
Rocket space.
well, even if we put ourselves between that thing, who's to say even would have exploded on hitting the
Right.
through us and killing it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it kind of was in character in the way that, like, I said there's nothing you can do, which makes everyone kind of think about it. But, I'm just kind of, like, put my hands up, do kind of go to bed kind of thing, strapped in, and you're all kind of are thinking about that maybe or something.
And Bjorn doesn't seem phased at all. He's just kind of focused on what he's doing, his task.
So the two main combat
No.
people are just like, that's fine. Yeah.
Maybe like wake up for a second or something and I think about what I said, and because I can't sleep thinking about it, and I say, look, pilot over there, if he's upset, you should be upset. When he's not upset, we're fine. Like pointing to the giant space marine.
Who are you talking to?
Everyone.
No, nobody, I guess.
No, I
You
mean
know,
like who,
I
out of
know.
character. I was asking who you're talking to.
Oh, just in general, like I feel like I'm doing it for my own self
Okay.
right now because I felt like a little guilty. It's like
Mm.
maybe I was being too flippant to everyone. It's like, look, know that if there was a problem, it's only a problem when him, pointing to the space marine,
Mhm.
when he's worried, and he's running, you run up, you do your damnedest to catch up to him. That's all you do. When they're cool, we're cool. Nothing you can do.
Bjorn says nothing. Just keeps piloting.
I say nothing. I have thoughts in my head, but I don't share them.
Yeah.
Stara's thinking, and then just says, "He's right. We can't do anything. We just need to get down to the planet and survive. We have to make sure
No.
that we keep the beacon on us, whatever we do." Objective 1.
What was that roll?
I was rolling for my objective for the game. My focus. It was to express the confidence and virtue of overwhelming numbers and firepower. Huh. Well, that's not the case right now.
Well, the enemy definitely did have overwhelming firepower and overwhelming numbers.
I would deliberately not bring that up.
So the hours pass by. The Vonderwolf and the pursuing ships fade from your auger array, and you're no longer able to see them. However, the last that you did see them, the three ships, while damaged, were closing in, and it looked like they were going to attempt to either ram, destroy, or board the Vonderwolf.
I think we'll.
As
I
you're- oh, yeah.
was gonna say we're just
go
gonna
ahead.
keep going at medium thrust until we're about twice that distance that we don't detect them anymore, and then
Okay.
pick it up a notch just so we can get there quicker.
It's
Yeah.
unfortunately it's just one of those things where we literally can't do anything about that situation because not even
Yeah.
a piece.
And
I guess like if there's time to rest, I'll rest. But in the time that I'm not resting, I'll probably go up to the two that are piloting, co-piloting, and I'll say, whenever we are getting close, make sure that you wake me up. There are some things I can do.
I'll look at her curiously when she says that. Just kind of give like a down and up, kind of like taking in the full sight of what this person is, and then I'll just nod in agreement.
Yor will just say, enjoy your nap.
What you see her wearing is she's actually wearing the uniform of the Adeptus Arbitus.
Arbites.
Arbites.
With
Cops.
yeah, Luther, you would know these are the more or less the galactic police, the
FBI.
Judge Dredd of the universe.
Nice.
I'm sorry, Galactic Police. I didn't, and then it sounded like you said the Major Dretch.
The Judge Dredges.
Judge Dredd.
Judge
Okay.
Dreads of
Yep.
the universes.
Gotcha.
I can't speak today. Yeah, that's the armor that she's wearing.
That would
It's
be the
symbol
thing
she
that
has
you
on
would
her shoulder.
you would notice the most when you're looking.
Cool.
How are they generally regarded?
It all depends whether you're lawful or not. As a space wolf, you would know
Define
that
lawful.
they are the law.
Oh, okay. So if she's like, go get me a pizza, and you're like, no, that's your regarded. Okay.
Varies from planet to planet and sector to sector.
Scott, go get me a pizza. I'm just kidding.
But generally, they are feared by the common folk and appreciated by everyone else who is in a imperial position. They're just police officers.
Okay. Cool.
And they're allowed to kill people, so they can't be too bad. Now, as the star goes to rest, several hours do pass until you're once again at least twice the distance away. Is anybody else going to do anything in that time?
I was resting.
All right.
If
So as
anyone's
two of you
listening to me
rest,
while I'm resting,
pilot.
I might be humming in my sleep.
Creepy,
or,
but-
or whispering in my sleep, probably.
Oh, creepier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One
that's
or
actually
the other, or maybe both. Yeah, and what she's, if you like listen closely to what she's humming or what she's whispering, it sounds like hymns or prayers.
Good.
Scott.
Good.
You passed this day. So, anyways, I suppose up front, I will. I guess to initiate some sort of dialogue between the PCs, I'm going to look to the big guy, and I'll just extend my hand to shake his and say, "Luther,
Yor.
normally a pilot, or just know your way around?"
I'm familiar with the simulations, at least. This is my first time actually piloting, though.
Well, looks like we have something in common. I've never left Armageddon before.
Well, let's hope you don't regret it.
He looks back. I have a feeling like I'm not going to.
We'll see about that, I suppose.
I suppose. And then quiet after that.
Yeah. So you guys reach that wonderful halfway marker. You're not able to see any other ships in your arc array. The planet itself is large in the viewport if you look out. It's a relatively nice blue-green planet from what you can tell from way, way up here. And what do you do?
Is there any way that we can get a read on like locations that we could head for? Like, I don't know, like city states or whatever they've got down there.
Is it information we know intrinsically, like a knowledge check, or is this all like tech checks to scan? Or
It would be a knowledge check for if you're looking for any knowledge on the planet itself.
Well, yeah, basically, since we know there is kind of a civil war going on, trying to figure out which side would be the more open to us and being near them, if either. And if not, just trying to base our landing site off of that, whether it be close to one or just away from both. So what kind of check?
Scholar check.
Scholar?
I would say a scholar check,
I would-
yeah.
I would settle for landing safely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Landing safely.
It's
is
also
nice.
a good one.
Oh,
All right.
complication.
Ooh, wonderful. A complication.
Good.
Yeah, so
That,
you're attempting
We're now
to...
targeted. Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, there's 500 missiles now launched towards you.
just because you didn't know something.
How dare you not know this?
Your brain explodes.
No, so you attempt to access the planetary communication through the satellites and the like, basically the internet. And you are immediately locked out.
Good.
You attempt to look up information on one of the sides. You get two names, which is the Loyal People's Republic of Tor and the Imperial Military Junta of Tor. And as soon as you, which one do you basically click on for more information first?
I was gonna say I rolled a 5. Is there any information that we would be able to just know intrinsically from that 5 without having to click it for more than what he?
Oh yes. So intrinsically, without having to actually look at anything on the internet, basically, you would know that the capital city is Thylo. It's a small hive, more of a industrial center than anything else. The planet itself is a agri-world, right? Agricultural world. It focuses mostly on grain exports, and it does not raise Imperial Guards because it is a frontier world that is mostly focused on just getting food out, and it needs people for that. The population itself is around 3 to 6 billion, depending on things. And by those things, I mean like famine, natural disasters, civil war.
Did you say there's a 3 billion person fluctuation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It's like, what?
Fun fact.
Be right back,
The Anidistratum, not usually very accurate. Sometimes they're super hyper accurate. Sometimes they're not. But yes, there's a 3 billion person fluctuation.
Okay. It's like 50% of the planet's like, nah, and they just off themselves.
Gone.
Okay, cool.
Just from your scholar check alone, you would know that there's probably 6 billion people on the planet. However, for tax reasons, there's 3 billion. Because if there were 6 billion people on the planet, ooh, that's 3 billion more workers. Pay up.
There's 4 more illegals coming in right now, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Awesome. So we get that information. I imagine he wanted to click on one of the other two because of whatever he would learn from there then. Or while we're waiting for him to return, once he like pulled up those two names, which I didn't get to write down what those names were, so if you could repeat them. Is there anything I would immediately know from those names, or is Lobos going to have to click on those to find out?
The information that you have that you're able to just remember is about 50 years old.
Oh, okay. Makes
That
sense.
was the last actual Imperial census that they did on this planet.
Makes sense. Okay, so what were the name of the two organizations that he has to choose from?
You have the Loyal People's Republic of Tor, or LPRT, and the Imperial Military Junta of Tor, or IMJT.
I'm going to need you to say that second one. Imperial People's...
Military Junta of Tor.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to click on them to get some more information. See if there's any. I don't know if there's like news or if it's just general information
Would
database.
you like to know more?
Yes.
Would like to know more.
Something. It's a bug planet. It's an ugly planet. Great movie. Go watch Starship Troopers after this. It's amazing. One of my favorite movies. All right, there you go. There are the 2 factions that you're able to pull up on.
Oh, thank you.
But as soon as you basically click the button, you just click, yes, I would like to know more. Just across the screen, you
Spammed with like initiation sign-up papers.
pretty much.
The military will never leave you alone again.
But as soon as you basically make that selection, you are basically locked out. Your screen freezes, and it appears to be a half skull missing the jaw appears on there, and immediately flashes unknown authorization.
Can I like Alt F4 or any sort of backing out of that?
Yeah,
Control Frank is your only option, man.
it is indeed. That's me, Control Frank. Yeah, you're able to basically disconnect your Ethernet cord,
Excellent.
or the like, before they're able to get in. But funny enough, I was going to make a tech check for you to see if you could back out in time before they look at it.
Sure.
Oh no, because you said that you were going to. You did.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Good. Ahead of the curve. Well,
One step ahead of the something. I don't remember the rest of the song.
Seems like someone doesn't want us getting more information on them. They locked us out. I've no idea where we need to set this baby down, but
I think we're gonna have to go with the third option that we had discussed. Let's just separate ourselves as far as possible and figure it out from there. Better than coming out fighting.
yeah, based on that, he's going to take it back down to medium thrust just so it can be stealthy on our approach. And then as soon as we can, just like base our landing site as far away from stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that Luther would know the capital city is Thilo. That's Thilo. Once again, that's the industrial small hive, where everywhere else is a agri area. There's a few other settlements that Luther would remember, but no major cities, nothing with super large populations in the several millions. Astara, I believe you said you want to do something when you hit atmosphere.
Yes.
Yeah, we can. If we can wake her up easily, of course. Around, I'd even say right before when we're in the upper atmosphere kind of range.
Yeah,
Wake her up
you know,
around
the ship starts to shake a little bit as you start getting air resistance.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess she'll just kind of like watch what's happening, and then as soon as we get close enough where I can, I'd like to. I guess they're pointing out where they're gonna land. I would like.
Oh,
to,
if you want me to kind of like, do you want me to set you up, Maggie? Want me to come over there and wake you up? Let me set you up.
I would like to use my scry ability to see the location that we're gonna land.
All right. So describe your scry for us. What's it look like?
So, basically, you just see her. She kind of stays however she's standing or sitting, but her eyes kind of like roll back, and you just kind of see them like twitching a little bit.
Yeah. For the most part, there's only one character that's not piloting that would just see you suddenly roll back eyes, and that would be our Katachan. Katachan, how do you react to suddenly this person's eyes rolling back and them?
I'm unsettled, but not enough. Do I even notice it as I'm asleep? You know?
If you're asleep, then no, you might not know this.
Yeah, no, I'm catching some eyes.
I mean,
Still
unless
alive.
entering the atmosphere wakes you up. Yeah.
Oh,
you might.
yeah, no, that would wake me up for sure. Ugh, we're almost here. It's like that's it's unsettling.
Yeah, and you just
don't bring it up though.
next to you. And you eyes.
Whilst I'm doing this, I cannot move. I can't do any other actions. I'm just there, and the longer I sit there looking, for every 10 minutes I take shock damage.
Yeah. So, and what's it look like when you're in the scry? Like, since it's basically your astral projection, you're able to look around places.
Yeah. So what it basically looks like is she kind of like detaches, and her vision is kind of like a fisheye around the edges, and everything's like super vibrant colors. If there is anything, any color.
So you're able to kind of zoom into the planet very quickly, far faster than the ship could ever go. And you're able to see these beautiful, vibrant, what look like golden fields. And as you get closer, they're just these beautiful golden rods that look like they have large fists on the end. And you've scryed before. You're able to tell it's not actually gold. It's kind of yellow. It's wheat or hay grass. And there's just fields upon fields. And if you're able to guess right, the ship's going to land somewhere around here. But the further you go, the more damaged the fields look, the more mud, dirt will look like craters.
Okay. I don't stay in longer than I need to. I back out.
Yeah, and you said it was 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so most of the time was getting down to the planet and seeing the general area. So you can guess you're going to land in either in a farm area or agricultural hay wheat area, or in this strange muddy area.
Yeah. I come back to, and I just say to whoever's listening, probably wake up him on accident, but not on purpose. I think that's a good place to land. It looks like a wheat field or something. There is another area though close by. It's filled with mud and it looks like maybe craters, but I couldn't get close enough.
Roger that. I'll shoot for the wheat field if I can.
Wheat field would definitely be a safer spot, but you said craters.
Sounds like possible fighting.
Yes, the further I went to look past the wheat fields, the more I saw that. But I couldn't go too far.
Do you know how far the craters were from the wheat fields we're going to be heading towards? Kind of like gesturing on to like the overlay map, kind of like looking over to him, like confirming like this spot. Yeah.
How many meters or kilometers?
It's still pretty far. If the pilot is able to make a good check, you won't land in the middle of that.
Okay.
But you're basically flying a metal brick.
He asked me distance. Like how far?
Distance.
How far the wheat field is from the
how far the wheat field is from the craters?
Yeah.
It's a good 20 meters distance apart.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Like 20 meters apart or something. I didn't get close enough to measure.
That's like super close. Okay, cool. So, all right.
But if you land in the location you have stated it, you should be fine.
They're gonna see us coming in?
I didn't see anybody else. I just saw a field.
We'll certainly be susceptible to, visual by eye, but we should be still silent on radar, hopefully.
I'm not worried about the locals. I'm gonna look back through the doorway again and say, might want to strap in.
And just as you say that, there's just this heavy turbulence bump.
It's like we have wings, We're riding up momentum, baby. Let's do this.
I was buckled in, so I stay. I just sit back and brace myself.
Yeah. Fun fact about life pods, they don't really have wings.
Gadachin's not buckled in. He fell asleep.
We're in a toaster.
No, I've been buckled.
We're in a toaster.
I haven't left.
Yeah, you're in the flying toaster.
Is there anything to slow us down on the approach?
You can deploy basic flaps and the like,
Okay.
but the wings on the saber pod itself are not very useful. They'll steer you a little bit, but not a lot. You're not very aerodynamic, and that's on purpose. That's to slow you down more.
Good. All right. Well,
All right, as you're slowly entering the lower atmosphere, which one of you is controlling the ship itself? Because we have two pilots. I want to know the co-pilot versus the real pilot. So Lobos, you said you're the real pilot. Delric, you said that you are the co-pilot. Co-pilot, I want you to make a pilot assist.
help me.
Or no, not Lobos.
No. He said,
Luther.
yeah.
Yeah, so I have to click the button that says assist, correct?
Yes.
Cool. Woohoo!
Perfect.
I should have rolled the pilot.
Definitely
Excellent.
assist. All right. Well, that is a good thing. That
I
means
should have stayed the pilot.
maybe.
Well.
Bior, you get to add an extra dice to this roll.
Ah.
I remember you.
That's great.
There's a little spot where you can add the dice before you
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, here we go.
Those are one.
It's a difficulty of
Yeah!
holding up 4.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Let's see. You got 2,
Nicely done.
3, 4. You actually have enough if you want to shift one of your exalted dice, one of your 2 points.
Oh, so to get the faster, more accurate, or
Yes.
yeah, I'd like to be more accurate if possible. Just try and
Definitely. What,
land
you
it
don't
that
want to land in the middle of nowhere?
crater-filled mudland.
Can you
Yeah.
shift on assists, or is that no?
I don't believe you can.
Because that's gonna be something we're probably gonna do a lot of assisting moving forward. So probably.
I mean, assisting is a good thing.
Yeah.
But it basically gives them bonuses to it.
You don't have to look it up now. We can figure it out for next session. Right?
Yeah.
But, reminder. All right, cool.
I'm pretty sure that you don't, but maybe. I'll take another look at it.
Sure.
Yeah, so Luther, you enter regular atmosphere. It's shockingly for the rest of you not that bumpy of a ride. And
You're welcome.
you're able to see
Could be this hype guy.
as the flames
that's my guy.
subside.
I don't want to brag.
I don't want to brag, but I'm kind of an awesome person. Well, at least we know who the right pilot is here.
At least today.
But yeah, as the flames subside outside of the viewport itself, you're able to see miles upon miles of these, what looks like golden fields, whether it's wheat, barley. You're not really able to tell. You're very high up. And in your earpiece, you hear static almost immediately upon entering regular atmosphere.
Unidentified craft, identify self.
Bior will look at the commissar and
Any reading whatsoever, any check I can make whatsoever to figure out who it is that might be giving this command?
Yes. So I'm gonna make you make another. Let's do an awareness check.
Awareness, rolling it. Bam.
Yes.
Just crushing them
and
dice. 666, baby.
You also got another glory point for that. So I hope you guys are tracking
That
that.
rolled so well in his
I am.
prequel too.
You
It's
did.
crazy.
Just saying, I'm just going to take that. I'm going to shove it right in the glory pool.
You're immediately able to look down to see. You basically look at your auger or your radar. You're able to see there is what would appear to be another aircraft several miles behind you, but closing in very quick. And you're not able to see what type of aircraft it is. However, judging from the speed and your training, you are aware that this is a fast attack air-to-air craft.
So that means it's not going to be very good at attacking us. It's going to be trying hard to get mediocre results, right? So, because we already landed. Sorry.
No, not yet. You're still in the
Oh
air.
shit! Oh, that's bad. Okay, then my apologies. Is there any readings I can make or whatever to see like what side they might be on or anything like that, or no?
Seeing as all you are seeing is the radar blip getting closer and closer as the little thing spins, and the fact that they just radioed you.
Okay.
Can only they hear it because they're wearing like the pilot headsets or something? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, feed me that line again, Frank. Sorry.
They basically said, unidentified craft, identify self.
So he looks over at me and I just go, we're coming in for a crash landing. This is a life pod. We're just trying to survive. Thanks, sympathy.
The Church of the Emperor Reborn takes no survivors.
Oh, good.
And the radio cuts out.
Church of the blah, 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 blah.
Of the Emperor Reborn.
Oh, okay.
It has no bearing for me, so...
Yeah, none of you, no matter what checks you make, you've never heard of this before.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's heretical. That's all you need to know. No one says that.
What?
Okay.
Nobody says that.
Is there
No one says the
anything?
Emperor's Reborn.
Is there anything to like jettison?
You
Potentially?
do have
We
two things of
her.
trap.
We can jettison her.
Oh, we do have the chat.
Yeah,
Wow.
you have two things of chat, which would be if they block you with missiles or the like, or if they
Okay.
fire a missile.
Okay. Okay. Well, he'll just have that at the ready if necessary, and otherwise continue because he doesn't really have a choice, right?
Like,
Do you tell any of us?
I'm gonna look over before we alert you guys of what's going on directly. I'm gonna look over to you and say, "All right, do you see anywhere on the scanners a place where we can maybe get cover, maybe crash into something that has a bit of overhead?" Quickly looking at the scanners myself for anything. We talked about craters before, but I didn't know if maybe there was.
Yeah,
Structures.
from the distance that you guys are
Rocks.
at, Bjor's estimate from what you're able to see now is correct that this is clearly a battlefield in front of you. And these craters are bomb craters or
Okay.
shell craters.
Okay. Okay, well, but an active battlefield, not like this happened 7 years ago, but craters still very easy.
Yeah, most likely active. You can't really see any firing or the like, or really much from up here.
Okay, and it's probably too late to do a 180. So, all right, do the
Good
whole-
luck doing that.
Yeah.
I'll lean to the back cabin area thing. Imagine all one big open space and say, "We've got some company. They're some heretical church.
What church?
I'll look to him and see if he remembers because I heard blah 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 blah."
Church of the Emperor Reborn. I don't know what they're on about, but it seems like I'm only going to be able to land us in this wheat field. So
Have I
Yeah,
ever heard of that?
buckle up.
No, none of you have ever heard of that.
There is no such thing.
Well, that's what they claim.
Let's go for a hotter landing. Let's get out of the air quicker. It'll be harder for them to shoot us from the sky. This is an air-to-air combat vessel.
Do you have a
I'll do it.
location for them?
What was that?
Ding, 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 and like throw it up on the screen so she can see where they are.
Yeah, behind you by about 2 kilometers.
Can I try to scry on that location?
Yes, you know generally where the ship is. You're able to. What are you trying to look at for the ship itself?
I want to see who's inside that ship.
Okay, so your eyes roll back, your vision suddenly becomes almost ultraviolet, and you zoom over towards the ship. The ship itself looks like a brick with wings. It's V-shaped from the front with a almost needle nose. And you can see multiple missile pods on the wings itself. On its belly is a large rotary gun. And as you go closer, you can see the pilot, which is... They are wearing a mask of sorts. You can tell that it's a flight helmet. They have large black goggles on and a heavy breath mask covering their nose and mouth, which is connected to a oxygen tank on their chest.
Okay. Nothing else that looks defining.
Nothing else that looks defining. You would know this is generally what pilots wear.
Okay.
Um,
Is it just them by themselves?
it is them and the co-pilot, which is wearing generally the same thing.
when I look down at, I know I'm like not good at tech stuff, but when I look inside the ship at what they're looking at, does it look like they have weapons?
Roll me an awareness.
All right.
Difficulty 3.
Here we go. 3.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh, complication. Good.
Complication.
Barely made it. But there's
Which actually goes along with what I was going to tell you anyways.
Okay.
Perfect. Yes, you're able to tell that not only does this ship have 2 full complementaries of air-to-air missiles, it also has what looks like a air-to-ground weaponry system as well. However, it looks to be depleted, as if it just did a gun run already. However, you notice as you're looking around the cockpit of the ship, there's a little crosshair over a small 3D image of what you know to be your savior pod. And at that exact same time, Bior, you hear of a lock-on warning.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know if there's a confirmation like.
Yeah,
Because at that
there's
point-
immediately you hear it just go into a single beep as the missile is launched.
Okay, yeah. As soon as he would hear that tone, then he would hit one of his chaffs to try
All
and
right,
deter that.
so we're going to make a quick
And
check
that's
on
their,
that.
that's the, it looks like it's depleted. That's all they have.
For the air to ground is depleted.
Yeah, the air
Yeah.
to ground, not
So,
the air to air.
once we hit the ground, we're going to be safer. But which is why beforehand I was saying let's go down faster than we were originally planning.
Yeah. So then
But
I come
you're
back
able
to
to tell, by the way, sorry, they have 4 shots in total.
4 shots in total, but they're
Mhm.
out. Were you saying
They're out of
4 missiles, but they're
They
air.
have 4 air to air. They have no air to ground, so they can't attack you if you land.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Discretion.
come back then. Come back.
All right. And as you come back, you hear the loud beep of the missile being launched and locked on. Bior, I want you to make a tech test. Let's see how well you do.
Okay.
What's your tech? Never mind.
You're fine.
Wow.
Yeah, no. So,
Oh, is that
Bior,
another-
tell me. Yeah, if you guys want that to be another glory, you are capped at like 6.
Well,
I
I
think-
had actually already rolled the
Or 8,
glory
I don't
2 rolls ago, so
Mhm.
which got us to 6 because we had 4, then 5, then 6, so that would get us to 7.
Yeah.
Is there a cap for how many, Frank?
There is a cap. I don't remember what the cap is. It is, I want to say, tier plus player. So 4 player, it's 7.
Okay,
I
well, we
think.
just got 7. We got to start burning that glory, boys and girls.
Or use it.
Yeah. Is there anything I can do to try and maybe the chaff like kind of is in their path and it sets them off us a bit, or gives us more time to get away, or as Dalric was suggesting, just trying to plunge faster so that we land sooner?
Yeah. Since this is the tech check instead of the pilot check, 100% you can do that. Of have it in their way. So tell me what happens with that.
Just as imagining the chaff goes off, the missile kind of hits that, and then in the cloud of smoke and chaff and all that stuff, they have to kind of fly around it and might lose sight of us for a few seconds or a couple seconds, and then they have to get back on our tail. Maybe in that time, I do like a nosedive as best as we can in this box.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to say one of you is going to be the defense person, one of you is going to be the pilot for this. So as Bior, you're taking care of, gotta launch the chaff missile, boom, explosion into metallic glitter. You gave control to Luther for that time being.
Is
So
it my
Luther-
job to dock the ship? Because if that's the case, I say we just jump out and we try to do it that way. What do you think, Maggie?
Look,
Maggie's awesome.
Maggie did not hear you.
No. I was trying to set up the glory.
It's okay.
All right, so Mr. Pilot Luther, make a pilot check. Let's see how you do. Are you attempting to crash the ship into the ground?
I mean, preferably land roughly.
Yes, a crash landing, as it were. All right. So to land in the spot that you want, I'm going to make it a difficulty. Ooh, complication.
Can you? It's kind of two questions, right? It's can you land in the spot that you want, and can you land safely?
True.
Those are the.
All right.
It's a matrix.
I drew a complication card, but nothing happened.
Yes. Oh, that's for combat. That's why.
What do I do with that?
Just, don't.
He can return them.
Yeah, you can return them. Don't worry.
I'm out of ammo! Oh no! I'm out of ammo in my ship of no ammo.
Ooh, actually, that's a great idea. Good idea, Scott. You're out of ammo. Yeah. So, as the second missile is fired, you notice the second chaff is malfunctioning.
Good.
When I come back to, I will say to them, they only have 4 AA left. They have no ground. We need to land.
You guys are very close to the ground at the moment. Your next pilot check will be your landing check.
Ooh. We're out of chaff, so we need to land quick. Another missile is on its way.
Yeah, and this time the... Oh,
do it about that. And I'm going to try to crush that missile if it comes toward us.
Yeah. So the missile, you all see it on the auger array, getting closer, 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 closer. All right, Maggie.
Oh boy. Oh!
Ooh,
8 to
yes.
the head?
Damn.
100% yes.
Ooh.
So,
Well,
give me the picture. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, you just see her kind of like hold her hand out, and she's like staring really intensely at the location, and then she just like crushes her hands in her hand. And the missile just kind of like collapses on itself. Probably explodes in its location.
Yeah, so the explosion is large enough to still rock the ship because it's 20 meters away.
Yeah.
The only person that can see you staring at the back of the ship with your arm outstretched and crushing is the Catachan.
I say, what the hell was that? We're out of chaffing. What stopped that missile?
I
Looking over
did.
to you. Looking back, like trying to.
You just see her holding her hand out, and she puts it down. And then she kind of looks like she's looking off into the distance, and her mouth is moving like she's mumbling.
All right. So, just real quick, Gilda, what are you doing during this entire
He's
fight?
sleeping the entire time.
I think I am asleep for the whole thing.
He's like
That's
hibernating.
amazing.
That's a very Catachan thing to do. It's just whatever.
Look, I told the
Well,
Space Marine. I told them, make sure if we're gonna die that we die on the ground. And a Space Marine keeps their word.
Speaking of on the ground,
Eric gets fucking MVP for the session. It's amazing.
just Catachan's arms folded in his tank top, just
Yeah, I can't.
sleeping.
I can only crush something that's within 20 meters of me. So
I can't
they'd have
stab
to
the
be
missile with my knife,
pretty
so
close.
try.
So we definitely felt it.
Yeah.
Just pair.
At the same time that you felt it, yeah, you hear little bits of metal hitting the escape pod,
Oh, sure.
as the velocity didn't really change despite being crushed. Speaking of being crushed, Lobos, make a pilot assist now that you're not on defense. And
Does it get to defend itself? I mean, it's a giant bullet thing. I just thought
the
about
missile?
that. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's meant to explode.
I am assisting. Ding. Oh.
All right.
Ooh, that's
So-
a nice assist.
Sir, please add a extra dice to your next pilot check. This will be to land. Difficulty of 4 to land safely.
Now,
5
if
to
I
land in the
wanted,
spot that you want.
if I wanted to burn some glory, because we have 7 of them right now.
Oh man, why would you want to burn glory? That's
I have 7 of them right now.
You give
So
us
yes.
Well, we have 6 because I used mine. I didn't.
Oh, you
pink.
used one? Okay.
So, somebody keeps playing with the glory token to make it bigger and smaller. And increased dice pool, increased damage, increased severity of critical hit, seize the initiative. I'm going to increase my die pool. Do I burn 1 to increase it by 1?
1 for 1.
Okay, so I will do exactly
Also,
that.
you can use your personal wrath points as well.
Do I have wrath points right now?
Yes, everyone starts with 2 wrath points
Per session or per
session.
Okay.
And
Then
your
I
wrath
will.
points on your sheet is actually on the attributes sheet. It's underneath your archetype. You can keep your calculation there.
Oh, wait. Underneath my archetype, species, archetype. Oh, wrath. Okay. So you're supposed to have 2. I'll totally burn one of those to 1. No. I have to re-roll failure. So
Are you not going to use a glory point?
I am using a glory point.
Okay.
You can use both. You can use a wrath point and the glory point. You just have to declare
I just wanted
it
to know
before.
so if the calculation that I had was right.
Well, you spend a wrath point to re-roll failures on the characters, so I have to. You must also use this option to re-roll. Yeah, but I have to fail before I use this.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna use the glory.
You just got to declare that you're going to use it if you do fail.
Wait, really? It doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I'll declare it for safety's sake. Sure. All right.
Clear it.
I'm sure I'm gonna crush this, but just in case.
All right. 4
Ready?
to land safely,
Oh
5
gosh.
to land where you want.
Final words.
Oh,
Dang, you
Wow.
wow. rolls,
Ignore
dude.
that word.
How?
complication though.
Ignore that word.
Complication.
Ignore
All right.
it. Can I re-roll
Ignore
that?
it. Did you just say ignore it?
Can I re-roll that complication?
You did not roll a failure, so no, you cannot. All right.
It sounds
So,
like a failure to me.
Tell me what it looks like when you crash land the ship into the middle edge of this this wheat field.
So, just to be clear, because the complication hasn't kicked in yet, I still successfully landed where I
Yes.
wanted to, right? Okay, cool.
Yes, a complication doesn't mean that you fail. It's a crit fail. It just means narratively you succeed. Something bad happens anyways.
So I'm gonna rock the boat and rattle Maggie's bones. I'm gonna pull this Riddick style, where like it comes down ass end first. It's the very back of the ship. You know what I mean? It's like like dragging on the back end, and as it's like one of those moments where Maggie's character has to like fight to pull herself forward because it's like clearly way more vibrating back here. The whole back of the ship kind of like rips off and falls off because it took such a beating, and so it's like dragging in the back of the ship, but it's like open, exposed air on the over there has finally become to a stop, and all of us just like. But if I may add one
I'm
more,
sleeping through it. I'm sleeping.
Yes, that's what I wanted. Yes.
Until
Alright.
the very end, like it's like all dead and silent for those like brief like couple moments. I'm like,
Pretty sure the Catagen has done this before.
Oh my gosh.
First
However,
drop.
Astara, you were standing up when
No.
they crashed.
What?
No?
I wasn't saying. I was buckled in
I
this
thought
entire
you-
time.
I thought you
turned
touched
around.
the thing.
I was sitting in my
Oh.
chair and I was looking up the monitor.
She's not Phoenix, dude. She's not dumb.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo,
Oh.
this might be. I still haven't seen that movie.
Oh,
But she does
I
have
won't
red
see
hair,
that movie.
so. She does have red hair, guys. She might be the Dark Phoenix. All right, in that
I might
case, I'm only going to make. Oh man, you rolled a 7. I was going to make everyone roll a athletics, see how damaged you guys were, but nah, you landed fine. Yeah, the entire back of the ship is just like you said, gone. The seat next to Astara is heavily damaged. There is metal torn out throughout. This will never fly or attempt to fly again. However,
Scrap metal.
there is, throughout the cabin of the ship, the alarm of a lock-on missile incoming.
Oh no.
time to get out.
Complication.
Yeah, Bjor will yell, "Everybody out!" He's just gonna try and make a break in his bulky armor to leap out of the door or the closest opening.
I mean, it'll be one of those things where I'll obviously also pop out, but is everybody else look like they can get out as well, or is it one of those gonna have to cut a seatbelt to?
Can we unbuckle ourselves? Yeah.
I'm already out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys can unbuckle yourselves.
Okay.
Everyone just make a quick athletics.
Athletics.
And just to see if you get off the ship fine and to a safe distance. Nope.
Uh-oh. Luther got a
skills.
2. I got a 5.
All right.
Yeah, I got
Four.
a big. I
Gilda?
got some big ass
You're
in my
fine.
way.
Yours got a 4.
You-
Yours get this big old booty. I'm like, I can't get past.
Yeah. So, Luther, you are still close to the ship. It
Blame
looks like
the
the Space
booty.
Marine got up before you and was already heading back before he shot the alarm. You are stuck behind him. And Bior, you're big. The ship is damaged. It's slightly crunched in the back. It's a little difficult for you to get through. And you're able to get through the back, kind of just like the Hulk going through the whatchamacallit. Great scene where he destroyed the entire ship. But you're able to hunt your way through, but it's a slower process than everyone else. Gildo, you wake up. What? Oh, running? Okay. And you're greeted by this wonderful field with Astara slightly in front of you. Both, I assume, sprinting away.
Oh yeah, I'm running.
And you all make it fairly far away, except for Luther, who is stuck behind Bior.
Because
As
badasses
the-
look at explosions. Okay.
And you're about 10 to 15 feet away before the missile impacts and throws you back. Make a... What type of test
Does
should
it
I make?
actually hit the ship, or does it hit somewhere else?
It's going to hit the ship because it was locked on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, Scott, let's see if you can survive one episode.
Just
All
one
right.
episode.
I'm not going to make you make a survival check because that doesn't make sense. Not a medikit check. Yeah, toughness check.
Is this an attribute?
Just an attribute. It's on your attribute
Okay.
page.
Yeah, it's
I'm-
like
Under toughness.
I will spend one more glory on this one because it's like a life.
What are you going to for extra dice
Yeah.
or increase damage?
Why would I increase damage?
and you should all be able to
Yourself, do it.
minus. You should all be able to minus or add glory.
Okay. So I
Just
will
don't
do
move the
the
token because I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a token on there.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna roll it.
makes it so we can add or remove.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, generally you pass because difficulty 3. But you're still tossed backwards and you take 1d3 shock damage.
Sure.
So, 1d3. You take a total of 2 shock damage as the blast rocks you and throws you back, shrapnel flying over your shoulders, bouncing off of Bior's armor harmlessly. Astara and Gildo, you notice to your sides wheat just being cut down suddenly by this whizzing noise as the flak flies about.
I-
well, it's one of
I
those
will
things.
look,
that
look
lifts it-
over my shoulder to see what that was.
Yeah, and you look over your shoulder and you see a large smoking crater where the ship once was, now blasted to scrap and metal bits.
I was gonna say Bjor would turn and help Luther up, and
Yeah.
say, "At least we were off it."
Well, looking up into the sky to see the thing if it's like flying overhead or trying to scan us or something like that, I think we better head for the fields and see if we can get the thing to lose sight of us. Maybe it'll think it took us out.
Yeah. Is there anything on the horizon, or is it just like wheat fields?
It's wheat fields for as far as the eye can see. However, if you turn behind you, about 100 yards away, you're able to see over the wheat fields, at least Bjorn's, because he's really tall.
Do we see the ship that's chasing us?
Yes, you hear it after a while rocket overhead. The jet engines blaring loudly in your ears.
Does it look like
As
it can
it's-
see us?
It looks like it's searching for you.
Okay.
So we're just like laying low.
How many kilometers or meters away from it?
Definitely 20 meters higher than you, Maggie.
Okay.
I know what you're thinking.
20 meters.
Actually,
I can still hit 20 meters.
How in feet? How much is 20 meters?
Like 60?
60 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
66.
it's like
It's
200
just
feet up.
66 feet.
You're
yeah.
saying it's over 20 meters though.
Yeah,
Past
I was
20.
thinking it's like 200 feet up, so I had to think for a second.
Okay. I'm just asking.
If it was
to
20
see
yards, sure.
what my options
But he's very
are.
low to the ground.
Can you shoot with a bolt gun when it comes by? Space Marine?
If you want to, give away your position.
Ground to air is probably not the best idea.
How effective would that be?
Mirror Space Marine?
I want to run to one of the closest raider, or if the wheat's tall enough, I'm gonna like ditch and hide, and I'm just gonna shout to everybody to hide.
Yeah. So the wheat is definitely tall enough. It's now that you're all in it, you're able to see. The wheat is, for the most part, about 5 feet tall. You're all able to see over it for the most part. So you're all shoulders above it at the very least.
My character's a nice short 5'9".
I'm gonna
I
lay
will
flat
fight
down,
you.
Yeah, I figured we all gotta lay down low.
Yeah.
not like crouch, like just lay prone.
All right, everyone, make a stealth roll.
Do that army crawl.
Yeah, army crawl. Yeah. I was trained as a police
4.
officer.
That's
so.
better than I thought.
Yeah.
I'm not
What?
very stealthy, so this is probably gonna not be the greatest.
All right, everyone passed with difficulty 3.
How
We
the
had
hell
a
is
4.
Bjorn?
We had a
Who's
4,
Bjorn?
a 9.
Bjorn's
Oh my god, a
super
9. Bjorn got a 9. 3
That's-
and 3.
Yeah.
Bjorn's big old booty is like all
Like
like
a stealth rogue, not rogue, but behind enemy lines kind of guy. So I don't know.
Yeah. Space
He
Marine.
just he lays so flat, and then
cheating.
he grabs the wheat and kind of puts it around him. Yeah.
Just over his head. All right.
yeah, but Bjorn got a complication. I don't know if that matters.
True.
He did, and it will matter. As the jet passes low and slow over you, we go to break.
Yeah, nice. All right.
Nice.
We're going to head to our break. We'll be back in roughly 8 minutes. My countdown timer is not working. Sorry, homies. But we'll see you guys in a moment. Bye. All right, y'all are muted. Hello, everyone. Welcome back Unsung Fury. We are back from our short break where we left off on a little cliffhanger because someone rolled a complication. So I will let Frank take it away with bringing us up to speed on all the stuff.
All right. So as the jet flies overhead, the wash of its engine spreads the golden hay grass around you guys. For the most part, you're all very well hidden. However, the craft appears to now be hovering, slowly circling the crater. What do you guys do?
Hope that Space Marine takes it out.
I'm gonna stay very, very still. How
Always
close is it now that it's hovering over the field?
It's still about 200 feet up.
Okay.
Think of like when you see a helicopter, like a police helicopter in the sky.
I'm just asking to confirm.
For reasons.
No reasons.
I think now's a good time to clip my fingernails.
Clip your fingernails? No.
Clip.
Bjor's gonna have his gun ready, but he's gonna stay quiet unless they start to get really close to the ground.
Yeah. And everyone make a quick awareness check for me.
Ooh, wait.
There we go.
All
I've
right.
got
Wow. You guys rolled
5,
high.
8,
Damn.
4. Right. It's for the
No,
first.
pretty much all of you are able to almost immediately pick up on this. There is a second jet incoming very quick. Whether you're able to see it or hear it, it is coming in quick, and you suddenly notice that the jet that is currently circling your position suddenly veers off.
Nice.
And now it's in 20 meters. No. That would be
And how about now?
What do you think we should do? Part of me thinks that like the best idea would actually be to get to the ship, because if we're closer to the ship and it blew up, that'd be like the last place they would try to check.
Well, it sounds like they got pulled away by something else. So I think Bjor is just going to hang out until it seems like the sky is clear.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I kind of
Some
want Maggie's character to kill the new incoming ship that is supposed to go fight, because the one that was attacking us beforehand only has 2 shots left. Sorry, 1 shot left, and is about to shoot it. So then it would be a non-concern, anyways. Maggie,
You think
kill
I
the
can
other
just
guy?
kill a ship?
Listen, you have like Wonder Woman powers. Just like clap your bracers together or something.
What? That's not how it works. I don't even do that much damage.
Exactly how Wonder Woman works. Did you not see the movie?
The only reason why he probably didn't care about my damage on the rocket thing was because it was gonna explode. It's meant to explode.
Yeah. But yeah, as you guys look up towards the sky, you hear what sounds like tearing cloth all of a sudden. And as you look towards the sound, you see the second jet opening fire on the jet that targeted you.
Oh. So they're fighting each other.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's good.
waiting for that to sort itself out and then see what the result is.
Yeah. Even after 30 seconds, they are at full speed flying around, and you can see the contrails marking the sky as one goes up and tries to do a maneuver to lose the one behind it. The one that was shooting at you suddenly does a quick figure 8 flip to try and get behind, but it looks like the pilot of the new one that was expecting it and launches a missile of his own. You see flares go off from the other ship, and they're slowly getting further and further away from you.
That's hilarious because that pilot that was chasing us literally has 1 shot left. They really have to bide their time.
Actually, yeah, one. You're right.
No, they had 4. We
Yeah,
chased
sorry.
one. You blew up a second one. The third one blew up the ship on the ground. So
Oh, true.
Yeah. So it's like you better be some really good pilot. Awesome. So they're flying away. That I guess is one of those just kind of stand up in the wheat field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still staying down until they're like definitely like far enough to not care about it.
Same. And can we say that we grab the beacon, or do we need to go back and grab the beacon? 'Cause
You
I
would
think
need to go back to grab it.
we would definitely have grabbed the beacon if we could. But yeah.
Well, is there anything else on the ship that could be salvaged? I don't know if there's some sort of
Rations probably and stuff.
something.
Yeah, there's definitely survival gear and the like. Some small arms for mostly fighting animals or hunting. But there's basic survival gear, tents, food, rations.
I don't know about you, but I use my bolt pistol to hunt deer. I like my meat to be pre-butchered.
Super tender. I like my meat super tender.
Cool. So we go back and get any check to make sure like we can get like all the good stuff, or
Yeah.
And what's in there?
Who's going to be the main person doing this? Because it will be a survival check to go through everything.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
look who woke
I
up.
do survival things.
I'm a survivor.
I have a 5.
I have a 10.
Oh,
I like
you do
survival's
that
my.
survival.
I like the idea. Depending, let's see how I roll. Actually, okay, I got a 10.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh my gosh.
There's a complication.
There's a complication though.
Oh man.
You set up the tracking
Alright.
beacon again.
Yeah. So
I like the idea that like I already took the bags out. Like, or we should check back and stuff. It's like there's nothing left there. Explodes, and everyone has that sort of like sense of hopelessness. It's like, oh, I already took the bags out, and like throw everyone's like duffels out. You know?
yeah, no,
Nice.
I love that idea. There's basically a reload for. There's 2 extra reloads for everyone, including the bolt weapons. So 4. Oh no, the bolt pistol. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so everyone has 2 reloads, or 2 extra reloads with whatever you have on. I can't speak today. I apologize.
No problem.
However, the beacon itself is damaged.
2 extra reloads.
So Gildo, you were able to get the beacon off the ship. However, in the blast, it looks like a piece of shrapnel did hit it. So it's repairable. However, it does need to be repaired.
Right. So I hold it out and say, I was able to get this out, but it looks like a hunk of junk now.
It's the beacon, right?
Yeah, I'm holding it out.
So someone has to like work on it, is what you're saying, probably.
Yeah, and you would know it's not something that you can fix yourself.
Oh yeah.
You would definitely need a machine shop. My camera is slowly falling aside.
That means you just have to tilt too. No, I'm just kidding. If you put your face more to the right, a little more. No, to the your left. Keep going. No, not that far. I put the glory sign there, so your face was covered by the glory.
Professionalism is that just
We have to take it somewhere to get it.
Yeah.
Fixed, is what you're saying. Okay. Then
a
we
machine
will
shop
carry
would be
it.
able to fix that.
And we will carry it.
Okay.
It may look like junk, but
There we go.
it holds our beacon. We need to keep it. We'll have to find somebody who can fix it, unless one of you is good at that kind of thing. It is not my forte.
I'm sure we'll find someone. And I kind of like, I imagine it's not super heavy. I can even grab it and throw it in my pack. And he's like, no, it's a computer tower. And I'm like, never mind. It's the big guy.
Yeah, I don't know how big it is.
Yeah, how big
it's,
is it?
It's basic black box size. So you can easily carry it.
Like a GameCube?
A little bit bigger than that, yeah. So GameCube size, generally.
So an Xbox?
Okay, yeah. I don't know what the GameCube looks like. The cube for games.
You say black box, like all of us fucking dismantle
Like
airplanes.
size, like 6
Actually, I
inches
work
by
for
6
Boeing.
inches. 6 by 6 by
About the
6.
size of a desktop computer.
There you go.
Don't ask me
So
to our
like
sizes,
22
please.
by
Ah.
5, 6,
Yes,
7 by...
about the size of Maggie's computer then. That way Maggie can show us her computer.
Hey, I'm a small person. I'm carrying it. I
Yeah,
can
it's so
carry
funny
it.
because whenever your cat jumps in your lap, I always think, well, that cat's huge. You're like, no, you met Maggie.
No,
She's
Maggie's just
really
kind of
small.
small.
It's a normal
The
cat that looks big in Maggie's arms.
It is kind of, he's kind of big.
He is
Not
kind of
that-
a big cat.
Yeah, he's not that big though.
But yeah, it's about the size of a computer. But it's a big black box and it has this jagged piece of metal sticking out of it.
I think I instinctively am waiting for the commissar to take it because I figured they would do it.
Exactly. Burn the bag. Like I said, we'll find somebody to fix this.
Based on the two options, it seems like we need to seek out the LPRT, Loyal People's Republic of Tor, if I had to guess. Was there something that Bjor saw over the wheat that in the distance? Because you said, I was trying to look for something, and you said that behind me there was maybe something in the distance.
Yeah, the battlefield behind everyone.
Oh, just the battlefield. Okay.
And as you guys noticed, there were definitely trench lines dug in. However, no telling what side was which.
Gotcha. We still don't know which, because you were just saying we need to go find the Loyal People's Republic of Tor. However, we don't know which one was shooting at us before. And honestly, the one shooting at us before could have been the good one anyways, because they just saw a fucking ship coming in.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, I suppose in-game chatter would be like, so you make a point. We're going to have to make a decision. We have the Imperial Military Junta of Tor or the Loyal People's Republic. If I'm going to put my money on something, I'm thinking it might be the Imperial Military Force.
That would be on our side.
Well, so we don't know the one. Sorry to not do this in character, but like, didn't someone say it's about the reborn god? Wasn't that the one shot us?
Church of the
Yeah.
Emperor Reborn.
Church of the Emperor Reborn. Yeah, like whatever. It's like, so that's in character. I'm like, whatever it is, you should stay away from whatever this reborn emperor nonsense.
I just figured the people who would be loyal to their country would be most sane in this endeavor, but I'm not sure.
So we don't know
Just
anything
because it
about
says
any of these people.
Just because they have the name loyal, don't make them so.
A fair point, but we need to choose one.
We don't even know which one is where.
It's very likely both of them are the wrong decision. So, whichever.
Is anybody keeping watch, by the way?
I imagine everybody's weary.
Yeah.
Roll awareness, everyone.
Okay.
We're all wary.
We're all standing inside of a
Oof.
crater with
Oof.
life.
Oh,
I see
I
no.
got you.
But also,
Oh, I thought that was me! Because I clicked there and then yours popped up first. I was like, yeah!
3
Oh.
complications.
a 0. Oh, no.
I did not roll a complication.
Wow.
All right. Well, Gildo and Luther, did anybody else roll? Nope. All right.
So like,
Gildo,
do
you're.
I want to re-roll a awareness failure? I don't know.
Gildo, you immediately notice this long before anybody else. There is wrestling in the hay grass. Large number of people coming in from both sides.
Ooh.
Sounds like one is at the walk, one is at the sprint. And I'm one group that is at the sprint, not one person.
All right. What do I say? What's a military thing for it? I'd be like, stay frosty, everyone. We're about to get into an Imperial Guard sandwich.
I will take cover.
We're still in the wheat field, right? Like we
You're
can actually
getting
use.
field by the crater of the ship itself.
Yeah.
So
I'll
we can
use
just
the-
take to the wheat field for cover.
Yeah.
Right.
And for the most part, this is farmland. So aside from the crater, there's not much cover to actually hide behind to stop bullets. We will
Right.
hide where you are, but it won't stop Lasgun or Bolter or.
I didn't mean cover him in concealment.
Mhm.
It's the correct
yes.
3.5 term.
Thank you for the 3.5 term. I understand.
I want the percentage chance of missing, not the increased AC.
Okay, I had to make sure.
Which, by the way, increases the percentage chance of them missing.
Everyone else is now playing 5e. You're now playing 2e.
Hey, I'm cool with that.
Here's a spear.
I'm gonna play a bard with a knife kit or blade kit.
Oh
Awesome.
man, shame. But
I
After a
cast
couple-
blur on myself.
you cast which one?
Blur.
Blur. Oh, that's
Heyo.
cheating.
I'm joking. That's not a Wrath and Glory thing.
Like I said, that's cheating. But Luther, after a couple seconds after the call that Gildo made, you are able to hear the same rustling over the roar of the fire behind you from the still mostly on fire wreck of your escape pod. And
And so it's literally he said stay frosty, we're about to get in a sandwich, and I hear it as well. So kind of like whatever direction it sounds like they're coming from, it's literally just kind of get low. And I imagine they're gonna get their weapons out, but I'm gonna kind of lead by getting low and be the first one to hide. I don't know if it's a stealth check or whatever.
just to give directionals,
Yeah, just kind of like
from the north are sprinting towards you that Gildo can hear. The people from the south are being much more cautious as they approach.
Gotcha. So that sounds like we're gonna get. So I'm gonna gesture for them to get low, so that, we're kind of like out of direct sight, and I'm gonna be like, I'm not entirely sure that they're both here for us. They might be here for each other. Could be a scenario like the skies. Why don't we just move and kind of like gesture like out of
Mhm.
the area of impact?
Yeah, like if they're coming this way, like either go the other way, like
Yeah.
orthogonal to it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
follow.
This is where the complications come in. All three.
I'm gonna roll a stealth check, Frank.
Yep. If you guys are going to try and stealthily get away.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I roll glory. What?
All right.
Nice.
By the way, you also get wrath
Oh
for that.
my god.
Oh no, a
I'm
star.
rolling nothing.
What do you mean by you also get wrath for that?
You get wrath points for that.
When you roll glory?
Is there a cap?
There is also a cap. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Hmm.
I think it's just the number of
Can I
players.
re-roll that stealth? Because I can re-roll failure with my wrath point.
All right, you can use your wrath point to.
No, I'm just asking the
re-roll.
party if they think I should.
Or do you mean the glory point?
Wrath.
I don't remember which was wrath. yeah.
Wrath point. I don't think I can.
Wrath is your own personal point.
Yeah. I don't think I can. Luther, you don't have two. What?
No, he just gave me a new glory back.
You don't.
No, he said when I rolled glory, I got my wrath back.
Oh.
Yeah, he
you
just
get
said
wrath
that.
from it.
Oh.
You can either-
Where did
No.
Gildos go?
Mine's at the bottom.
I ate them.
bottom. I don't see. it.
Oh, no, I have one wrath.
Yeah, but where'd your other one go?
I don't know.
Did
I
Luther
think someone else might have used it by accident.
Oh, here.
Yeah, maybe. There you go. I got it. Ah, it's gone.
Cough, cough, Scott.
Yeah, if you used it, then it goes back. You put it over the card.
I have not used the wrath yet.
Okay. Someone stole it.
I got the one from by the card.
Yeah, I can re-roll my wrath.
Yeah.
I can re-roll with using a wrath point.
So if you want to try and re-roll, you can go ahead. But you have to accept this result.
Well, I rolled a 0, so I'll accept anything over a 0 at this
Also
point.
a 0. Oh, much better.
Oh, and a glory.
All right. So for
What's a ruin?
You're
a
keeping track of
ruin
the glory,
is my
right, Lobo?
personal points.
Somebody else incremented it, but I'm not sure if we're using it or.
Oh no, we will use it. Just I'm being nice to you guys.
No, I'm talking about the glory points though.
I incremented up one when I rolled it because Maggie said, "Oh, you can all roll it now. You can all affect it now."
Yeah, but I just...
Uh,
My
oh, don't
Maggie
move it.
impression.
Don't move it.
I'm sorry.
It moves it on the screen.
Sorry. I didn't have the screen up.
Yeah, I'll just handle the glory so we don't get the numbers all messed up.
Yeah,
but
that's
are
more
you
so the case.
are you storing it then and not using it?
Storing it?
The glory point.
Yeah, are you
Oh.
putting the glory in the pool or are you using it immediately?
Oh.
Well, should we know what the effects are before we have to decide, or what?
Well, there's cease the initiative. I can increase severity of a critical hit. I can increase damage, and I can increase dice pool.
Yeah. You can like
I think
improve
that's-
the effect of the roll.
Yeah.
But the thing is that like, I guess I wanted to hear what the problem is before knowing whether or not that's a good idea.
hmm
That makes sense.
Can you do that? I don't think you can do that.
So the glory, if you roll the glory, you can immediately choose whether to make something work faster, work more effectively, and then one other thing, right, Frank?
That's for shifting a exalted dice, which is
that's for shifting.
a 6.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So-
Gotcha. Okay.
Here, Glory, I have the handout right here for you guys.
Yeah, I have the glory points handed out, which is
Yeah.
increased dice pool, increased damage, increased severity of critical hit, or cease the initiative.
Yeah, so you can basically at any point in combat be like, glory point, it's our turn again.
Yeah. So I think maybe we
Okay.
should just add it to the pool for now.
Yeah, then we're at 7 now.
Yeah.
All right, you
which
guys
is
are
the max
capped.
that we can have.
Yeah, you just rolled one.
Okay.
All right. Now, for the complications, which you guys are going to counteract with your 2 better rolls, you still have 1 left over. In front of you, you actually see several people who look like they're in relative stealth suits. It looks like they are scouts of some sorts, wearing generally ghillie suits that are colored gold, slowly approaching your position at a short jog, and they clearly see you.
How many people is it?
There's 3 of them,
3 of them? Okay.
but you guys were able to see them before I made you guys roll any awareness or anything for them.
The jig is up, you guys. Who's good at talking?
Yes, it's supposed to be me.
Me. Yeah. Definitely not me. But you're also a commissar, and you're going against Imperial Guard, so that makes sense.
Yep.
So I
I
see it.
feel like my lore knowledge is very low. So they're coming directly for us.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're in combat mode, but it doesn't look like they've raised their weapons towards you or at you.
And what can we see exactly of their outfit or what they look like?
Generally, you make a quick awareness. Actually, you can see generally they're wearing gold ghillie suits, trying to generally be stealthy.
Do you need me to succeed at something else, Frank?
Yes,
God.
life.
Jeez.
You can shift one of those if you did want.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift it to. Hold on, I don't have the thing open. More information because obviously I'm trying to find out. Actually, yeah, more information because I have time to look.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so they're still plenty far out from you, about 20 meters. Maggie.
Perfect.
They aren't wearing regular Imperial Guard uniforms that you immediately recognize. This looks more like a civilian wearing what they would consider hunting clothes, as well as a ragtag ghillie suit that looks once again homemade. The gun that they have is a auto gun, and that's all you can immediately tell.
So civilian, auto gun, ragtag. Okay. So
And that's for all 3 of them.
yeah, of course. All right, then I'm going to take my chances. I think I know what to do. I of course make sure that my gun is unholstered. It's out, it's drawn, but because of the tall grass, I'm not going to be able to see it in my hand. You know what I mean? Because of the wheat. And I will. I'll stand up and face towards them. I don't know if I don't tell any of them to stand up or anything like that. That's entirely up to them if they choose to. I'm going to stand up and face towards them and say,
I think so. Bjor will really quickly stand up as well and come to your side. And stand there with
And mind you, you guys are taller than the hay grass, so you're now able to see over it.
Of course.
And you can see from both sides, about a dozen on either side, just slight partings in the hay grass as people are hunched over running towards you.
Okay. I'm going to say, And which side are you on?
The fuck you mean what side we're on? We're the Loyal People's Republic. Who are you? You're not dressed in your fucking Junti uniforms.
Do we look like Junti?
No, you don't look like a June at all. Who are you? What's in the cargo pod?
What cargo pod? I look over at the flaming pile of nothing.
And he motions towards it with his gun. That one. We usually get... Where'd you come from?
I'll because now that they can actually see I have my gun out, I'll point towards the sky.
And they kind of look at the sky. What, the jet fights? Are you fucking churchy? And he actually aims his gun at you.
I'm not concerned. I'm gonna look at him and say, fuck, how do we even ask this? Is that phrasing? I'm gonna look at him and say, and how do you feel about the reborn emperor?
He spits on the ground. You're fucking churchy, aren't you?
I'm gonna hold my gun up one more time and then very carefully put it away and hold my hand up again. And I'm gonna just start walking out of the grass towards him. Not frightened in the least bit, not defensive, not offensive, just walking towards him.
Yeah. And as the commissars are walking towards these guys, what are the rest of you doing?
Bjorn will follow behind, slightly behind.
I'm gonna look back at Bjorn as he's following behind me and say, "Looks like you were right."
We'll see.
I will hold for a moment.
Same. I'm holding back.
All right. One of you is well hidden. The other of you is not.
You don't know who though.
Oh man. Can we guess who that might be?
I'm perfectly well hidden.
She's just standing out in the middle of the field. I'm well hidden.
Holding a piece of wheat in front of her face.
Rolls a
Three,
ruin die.
It's not terrible.
No, luckily Maggie rolled a 3, so she's slightly hidden.
It's just a gust of wind took the fire to the wheat, and now it's on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna approach them. Coming out of the wheat. I don't know if they're in the wheat as well. But, coming.
Yeah,
up
they're in the
towards-
wheat. You're all basically in a large wheat field.
And I'm gonna semi-lying about my title because I'm not actually full blown yet. But I'm gonna say, I am Commissar Luther Hoshard, and this is Bjorn. Looking for character sheet. Bjorn.
Throw
Son.
Yeah.
I'm a space marine.
And they all kind of furrow their brows. They don't seem to be as tense as before. Roll a persuasion for me, Luther.
I know. Hold on. If you don't mind, while you're doing that, it just makes me think of what side are you on? It's like, we're on the side with the fucking space marine. Okay? That's the side that we're on.
Yeah.
What side are you on, buddy?
That would have been a good point to make. Oh.
Scott. He's like, damn it, missed opportunity.
Okay.
Persuasion's not something I'm good at either.
Can I assist?
You can definitely assist this
Just
persuasion.
by saying that we're evacuees from a ship that was shot down as like a transport, basically.
Aren't you supposed
I
to
actually
be
want
a
you to make a
talky
full
person?
rigor persuasion.
I actually, what's funny is I want to instead of persuasion, I actually as I approach,
Intimidate instead.
yeah, as I approach, I'm going to say, no, since you can clearly tell we are not on opposite sides, get that fucking gun out of my face.
Roll
intimidate.
intimidation.
Yeah.
And Bjorn, I want you to roll persuasion.
Okay.
Good cop, bad cop. I'm a badder cop.
All right. Yeah, so these guys, you can tell that they're actually fairly battle hardened, even for civilians, but they seem to shrink away slightly. What Bjorn said doesn't seem to really affect them. They look at him strangely, like he's something that they've never seen or heard of before. He's just a very tall and armored soldier. This is the frontier, after all. But yeah, the guy immediately lowers his gun and motions for his two buddies to lower their guns. While at the same time, about 10 other militiamen are visible, some of them huffing as they slowly make their way towards the burning escape pod, where Gildo and Astara still are. Or did you guys move away from the escape pod? Or were you still
they're hiding.
I thought we already did.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you guys were still close to it or
sorry.
super far.
No, I thought we've been in the wheat fields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Moving
crashed
away
into
from
fields.
people, but I think they just stayed concealed, whereas we popped up and they're still trying
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah,
But
they
you were all
ran into
able
each
to
other.
see these guys starting to pick through the wheat field, or through the wreckage, looking for anything that you might have left. And in front of you, Luther, the man kind of shakes his head as you speak and says, Commissar, we haven't had a commissar on this planet for 40 years.
Well, I wasn't exactly sent here. We're here by happenstance, but that doesn't mean our services aren't going to be rendered correctly. It seems as though there's heretics on this world, and they need to be handled.
And he spits a long, streaming, spittle that looks black with chew onto the ground, and kind of just smirks and says, "Ha! Only heretics here are the churchies. The rest are just regular traders."
Bjor will say, are these men with you? Referring to the 10 other guys, unless it's an obvious thing.
Yeah. You can probably tell from their general uniforms that they're most likely the same. They look like they're in more brown and tans. Brown pants, tan shirts that button down. It mostly looks like someone's tried to make these uniforms very quick, just so they would all look generally the same. But it's clearly civilian clothes.
Who's your leader? We're looking to make our way back off the planet.
What? You want to know my captain?
If you got him.
Alright. Well, I might be able to get you back to the town. Be hard, though. Damn Junies are coming.
We'll do all we can to help, as long as you get us to our goal.
Well, I think Garlock. Yeah, we'll see about that. And he kind of motions over his head and suddenly ducks a little lower as I want Astara and Gildo to make a quick awareness.
Sure. 7 for me.
7.
All right,
Oh, 7.
perfect.
Ooh.
I have a complication though.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you both pass with 2 extras to spare each. If you would like to shift to those.
Learn quickly, Maggie, before the complication gets here.
I would like to improve the quality.
All right. And would you also like to shift, Gildo?
Oh, of course. Quality for me as well.
All right. So you're both able to really see the same thing. And that is the opposing force that was coming from the south. You were able to get down just in time as they opened fire on the men picking through the scraps of the ship, cutting several of them down in a hail of lasgun fire. The 3 scouts that were in front of you immediately duck towards the ground and assume their combat positions.
Yeah, I guess I didn't pick speed, so I was gonna say I would have started to them. The whole point of
both
why I
went
was
for
staying
forward.
down was to be aware.
Oh, that'll be fine.
Yeah, you guys are fine. You're far enough away from the firefight where a stray bullet most likely won't hit you.
Okay.
Can we see how many opposing forces there are?
There looks to be about 15 from what you're able to see. And that's because you're standing up.
Do
and you're
they
able
look
to...
like they are not with our 7+ quality? Do they look like they're wearing the same thing that like similar colors as that guy that was in that spaceship?
Camo.
No, they are actually very different looking uniforms. Where the pilots was more of a black-purple, the ones are definitely more green-blue.
Or blue? And then the ones that we're talking to right now.
Brown.
Are brown tan.
Okay.
Do the guys that we were talking with kind of like move into a position to counter fire on the opposing
Yeah,
force?
all three of them kind of hit the deck, and you see one of them slowly combat crawl into the grass.
Okay. I think
And
Do we roll initiative?
they're not engaging you guys. You're far enough away from the fight.
How many of them are there?
On the militia side, which is the side you guys were talking with,
The side attacking us or attacking our friends.
there looks to be. Actually, no one's really told you from your party who saw.
How many people are there?
I'm right next to him,
I mean,
right?
We
you
hear
didn't give us very
gunshots and
much
we see
information. You just said
gunshots.
there are people
Yeah.
coming. So
And I heard them coming ages ago.
Yeah,
So.
but Gildo and the Star, you're able to get a firm count of there are at least 15.
15 or 50?
15, 1-5.
In fact.
I think Bjor would join them in
In a fight?
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
like
That's what I was
in
thinking.
their whether they're trying to stealth or move up for a better shot or whatever, like kind of follow in their footsteps
Okay.
to help.
Roll a stealth then.
Right.
Man, it sounds like you guys want to engage in combat.
If they're
Yeah.
dropping, if Bjor and Luther are dropping, then I will join them and I will
All right.
tell them how many people.
All
I see.
right.
I'm not going to drop quite just yet. Actually, I mean, I'm sure I have to roll into initiative. But I was actually going to yell out to them to see if I could learn something first. I don't know, because if there's not been a commissar on the planet for 40 years, I could possibly use that because to our advantage for learning something.
Well, what if we
Or they just all aim at me.
help out here? There might be a chance that it demonstrates like our prowess,
Mhm.
and then they'd be more willing to help us.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Whichever
The flip
side.
the flip side, though, is that if we help too much, then they'll think we're indispensable, and we won't be able to leave.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
my thought.
Have fun.
So we might just want to just be like, rather go.
I think we'd also have power over them to just be like, we need to get our, we need
Right.
to do what we need to do.
Right. Like I'm gonna do whatever the group says, but like there's something to consider, right?
Yeah.
All right. Don't mind the tokens. They're just throwaway tokens that I'm pulling out.
Yeah. Okay. Initiative.
All right.
Oh man, really? My initiative is not good.
Oh, you guys actually don't have to roll initiative in Wrath and Glory. So initiative in Wrath and Glory is actually player decided. Players will almost always go first unless there is a ambush. The turn order is decided by you guys. Whoever wants to go first, you guys decide that. Third, fifth, etc.
I was looking to talk before we started
Yeah.
just like shooting, but if you guys want to open up fire to like get
I
them
won't.
thinking
I won't
first.
take action until I see you guys take action.
I rolled super well stealth, so my plan is to try and flank the oncoming force if possible.
And also, all of you do have Vox speeds on, so you can each other.
Yeah, I will tell them. I see 15 people.
And Bjor would
And-
just mention
and
that he.
explain what color armor I see on them, as much detail as I can, while whispering. But I'm terrible at whispering, apparently.
I'm just moving to flank.
All right.
I would also prefer to move to flank and not be the first people to shoot.
All right. There we go. All right. So no one's directly engaging yet, correct?
I was gonna yell.
Okay. What are you going to yell then, since everyone else appears to be holding?
So literally similar to like what I did with these people over here, because this is different. Granted, she didn't tell me that these are different uniforms or anything like that.
I did.
But
She did.
oh, you did. My
I
apologies.
just
Oh, good.
did in our.
That's even more. That's my apologies. That's even more recent. So I'm going to because I don't know if this is the same group as what we were fighting beforehand that told us about the whatever. So I'm going to call out to them. I'll do the intimidation or whatever if I can. But my name is Commissar Luther Hushard. You are about to fire upon an officer. Stand down.
Crazy.
Roll intimidation. Very high difficulty number.
I'm like, I don't even know if that applies in this. I don't know if they give a shit about that. Okay. You know, I'm going to spend a wrath to re-roll if I fail.
Okay.
Are you guys cool with me spending a glory?
Yeah, we're full, so might as well.
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll re-roll. I'll take a glory. All right, intimidation. Rolling it now.
Damn you. It was the difficulty 8. Yeah, so you actually hit it right on. Okay.
I won.
Oh, no, it was very high on purpose. However, yeah, so the shooting seems to subside slightly, but not fully. It sounds like there's a couple people that were out of earshot that are still shooting at each other. However, the rest on both sides have stopped firing. And you can hear, all of you can hear them kind of shouting orders to each other, getting into a better position for each other.
Okay. So if they kind of like slowing down the fire or whatever, I'm going to say, I don't think we are each other's enemy in this. Which side do you serve?
Who the hell is you?
I just said my goddamn name. Now answer the question.
Are you a goddamn peep?
I'm going to shoot that guy.
He's very far away. But yeah, he's the one responding.
Well, stupidity should get shot. You know, is that how it works?
Let's do an attack roll.
Is that what Bush did? No child left behind? Could you kill the others? No.
All right, make an attack roll.
Probably miss.
Find their sheets. It'd be hilarious if you miss.
It would be. Ugh, I don't want to. I can't waste another. Can't waste another. You know, I'm going to use my other wrath. Screw it. In case I fail, I get one reroll. That's what I'll do.
Right.
I'm not going to use the glory for this.
We have so much glory.
If you're asking me to, I'll do it.
Do it. Do it.
Be comfortable doing it. Yeah, it's fine. We're literally full, or nearly full. Go to half. It's fine. Let's go wild.
Remind me. Are we? Am I adding to erectile dysfunction?
Yes.
Okay.
Defense is 3, resilience 7. So you definitely hit him.
An 8, I hope so.
An 8, you definitely hit him. If you want, you can also shift one of your 2s or one of your 6s into extra damage.
Just one.
You can only shift one.
I will gladly do extra damage.
All right, and on the rules that would be shifting into damage. I will share with you here.
Yep. So am I adding?
You would add
damage?
another extra dice to that. Yes.
So it's DDM or DMOD? DDM, right? Is it a DBM? Dice bonus. Yeah, dice bonus.
Yeah,
okay.
dice bonus.
DBD.
Yeah, too many letters.
There we go. I don't know why I was saying random extra letters. DVD. Thank you. All right, rolling now.
Face kind of just went, huh?
Yeesh.
Ugh.
Lame. 11 points of damage.
All right, 11 whole points of damage. So he has
Exploding round. in his
resilience
gullet.
of 7. 7 minus 11 equals he's dead.
Nice.
And immediately after you fire, the gunfight erupts again.
Oh, good.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so you fired. You have now engaged in combat, showing that you are in fact one of the peeps as he shouted at you.
I guess when you shoot, I just say over the comms, I'm like, does that mean we are going?
So, guess so.
Just seems
All
like
right.
it.
So, player turn order, I would like to have. Who is going first?
I'm down. If no one else is.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Maggie and I are
Who's
trying to
going
fight
second?
before the other two just kill everybody.
Yeah, right?
Bjor will go second.
all right. Bjor goes second. Who goes third?
Darren,
Loser.
do you want it? Or me? Okay, I go third.
Okay, so Gildy goes third. Luther goes last on our turn order. And oh my gosh, I am messing this up like crazy. There we go. All right, so on our turn order, it's going to be IMJT are the enemies, which is the...
Junta.
Yep, the junta, or junta, however you want to pronounce it. I barely speak English, I just teach it. All right. So, Astara, before you are about, 14 soldiers now that you are able to see.
Okay.
And they are firing las guns at the soldiers who are currently near the escape pod.
All right. How far away are they from me?
Easily within the crush, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. Probably not what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna target one enemy that is within 35 meters of me. So whoever's the closest one within 35 meters of me.
Okay.
This is a free activation, instant, and I'm going to cast Smite on them.
Ooh, poor guy. All right, can you post Smite in chat so we can all take a read and then tell us what it does?
Is there a way to
I feel
post
like you
it?
no-scoped.
Is there a way to post it in the chat other than rolling it?
You can just roll it, that way we can see it.
I don't think it actually...
I'd be sad if it doesn't.
I don't think it actually posts, like, the details.
Let me...
7?
Oh, sadly it doesn't. Either way, that is a hit. So tell us what Smite does.
Paste it, though, in chat. It, the Psyker concentrates destructive power through the lens of their will, summoning lethal bolts of raw psychic energy that blast their enemies into ash. The Psyker targets one enemy with a psychic range attack. If hit, the target suffers 1d3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, and you definitely 100% hit. So tell us what it looks like as you zap this guy, and then roll your damage.
Yeah, I'm like hidden underneath, hidden, quote unquote, in this wheatgrass, and she just kind of puts her hand on her staff and like holds it, and out of the staff's eye comes these like bolts of lightning as she like pushes her power in through it. And I will do a 1d3 as well.
All right. So 2 immediate mortal wounds, which is painful. I would not personally ever want to take a mortal wound because this guy, he is actually still up but very injured. It looks like if you did 1 more point in damage, he would have died.
Nice.
But yeah, he falls back all of a sudden and just like grips his chest, where now there's a searing hole in his uniform. As he's not really...
Lightning beams just came out at him.
Yeah, and there's just static moving along his chest as it suddenly becomes their turn. One of them is going to focus immediately on the man who is standing up, who just shot at his friend. Oops, I have these guys with on the guns. Oh well, that's fine.
Sorry, his friend is stupid.
What? How dare you? He is going to attack. Hey, I rolled a critical hit.
Ruin.
What is your defense, by the way?
A whopping 7.
No,
it's 2.
Excellent. So he hits you. And I'm going to pull a critical out. Let's see what it is. Nah, I don't actually.
Oh.
I don't actually roll criticals for you guys. But that would be funny if I did. All right. So he's going to roll damage real quick for a whole 9 damage.
That goes to shock, correct?
So it can go to shock. It's going to basically challenge your resilience. What is your resilience?
Resilience is an 8.
8? All right, so you actually only would take 1 unless you want to absorb it.
Which I have to do by, is it soak damage?
Yes. You can soak it into shock. Because you got,
I would like to attempt that.
Go ahead. I'm pretty sure you'll succeed easily enough.
I mean, I don't know if this dice pool even works.
No, you don't.
I don't even know how this works, so I'm just kind of like, I click button and hope yes.
Basically, for soaking, I believe it's the number of successes is the amount you can soak.
Which is 0.
0.
So you actually take 1 wound then.
Okay.
Oof.
I'm not sure how much that hurts.
Well, you have health in your health section, and it shows you how many wounds you have.
Do you heal like Dungeons & Dragons where it's 8,000 health points a day, or is it more like GURPS where it's like, good luck, buddy, see you in a month?
Yes. It is one of those.
Yeah. The
It's
answer is
between those. No, there are long rests and short rests, basically.
Okay.
Yep. And have those in the rules section if you guys ever want to take a look at them.
Yep. Check it out afterwards.
It's respite and
Going to
recruit.
be
But you
pertinent.
still take 1. So you are at 2 wounds left.
2
all
wounds
right.
left? What do you mean 2 wounds left?
Yeah, don't you have 3 wounds?
No.
Oh, I'm on the
God,
wrong
I
sheet.
hope he has way more than 3 wounds.
Ah. Whoops. All right, ignore me. You have 6 wounds left.
Yeah.
I was definitely looking at not your sheet. All right. In that case, Bjor, it is your turn. You just saw a bullet smack into the armor of the commissar.
Okay. Previously, Bjor had rolled a 10 for stealth, so
Yes.
he wanted to try and flank. I don't know if there is actually mechanically a benefit to that, but he would attempt to, if there is, continue to sidle along them and then take a kind of a surprise shot.
Honestly, I don't know. Since you're already in combat, if there is a benefit, I'll give you an extra attack die anyways.
Okay.
not
Yeah, I mean that works. So he'd like to just get kind of to their side and then take a shot at one of the healthy ones.
All right.
Okay, let me see. Attack BD. ABD. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kaboosh.
Ooh, nice. You definitely hit one.
Excellent.
Roll your damage. Like
All
you would even need to with a bolt gun.
uh,
Ugh. Okay, tell me how you just explode this guy.
oh, cool. Well, he's not paying attention because I'm to his side, and I just take a shot that hits him squarely in the head, and his head explodes.
Very unfortunate for him. All right. It is going to be
Quick
their
death.
turn again. They are going to fire at... This guy is going to fire at one of the other guys. Not one of you. You guys are lucky this round. But I'll tell you now, 3 of them are going to generally attack you guys instead. And I need to find the sheet. There we go. Hey!
That's not at us, right? Like you said.
No, that's not at you.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Oh, he ran out of ammo. Okay, cute.
Uh.
All right, but he still hits a guy, but he runs out of ammo doing so. Ba-ba-ba. Yoop. And
7 damage.
yeah, he actually just shocks the guy. All right, it is now Gildo's turn. Gildo, there are 13 hostiles firing at your group and the soldiers surrounding you.
I guess I gotta shoot the closest one.
All right,
7.
nice. And you rolled a critical hit. If you want, you can grab a card.
Absolutely. Grab a card and hit Z to see what it is. Crimson Ash. Attacks tears into the foe, fusing flesh into a charred ruin. The assault wreathes the target in burning fury. Oh, cool. I hit a flamer.
All right, so roll damage on top of that.
Target suffers 1d3 wounds and is burning.
Poor guy. So it's probably not a flamer that you hit, but he might have like a camping kerosene can on him that you hit and it just explodes him. Tell me everything that happens.
Ooh.
So I do 8, an additional, what was it? D3?
D3 damage.
Additional 3.
Jesus.
11.
Yeah. Just from
So,
that, by the way.
11.
Yeah.
Owie.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just conflagrates. It just It's like napalm, right? It's just a Wilhelm scream like ah on fire, right?
Yeah, and it's not just that; it's a large explosion. I want you to roll a 1d6 for me.
Oh, damn.
It's for all three of us did 11 points of damage.
So within 6 feet around him, the explosion took off. So there's just basically what's napalm that scattered over him and a couple of his allies.
Things are burning around. Yeah,
The field is now on fire.
sure. Yeah, makes sense.
Sorry.
All right. What was that?
Lobos hit his jug, his
Get
mug.
my drink
on
on the
the-
mic.
No, it's a jug. You had it right the first time, Maggie. It's a jug.
That thing is pretty huge.
All
It
right.
holds a lot of water.
Funny enough,
That's what she said.
are going. I mean, I'm surprised you heard that. Is that right? All right. They actually passed their resolve check, so they are not going to break. There are 11 of them left, and they are going to fire at the. Ooh, no, you're still in stealth. Can't fire at you. The only one really standing up is Astara, and
Am I standing up?
I thought you were. Well, you didn't really do great on yourself. That's why.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Standing out.
Standing out, I should say, instead of standing out. All right, it is going after Luther.
So the bad guys have 3 turns and the good guys have 1 turn?
Yes,
Okay, just
because
confirm.
More of them.
There's a lot of them.
a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it basically is going to alternate.
There was 14 of them.
There was 15. Now we're down to
I'm just confused that the good guys have a red token and the bad guys have a blue token. That goes against what I was taught by Mass Effect.
Yeah, well, those guys were blue, the other guys were tan, and I missed clicking yellow on them. All right. Speaking of misclicking yellow, let us see if I can kill you. All right, he's going to fire at you. He is going to hit your armor directly. Oof, on you. And 7. What is your resilience plus armor?
I didn't even see the attack roll, Frank. The resilience is 8.
8. All right. He actually does not damage you then. So his bullets they hit you in the armor and oof, ow. But you're able to shake it off. All right. It is then Luther's turn.
How many of them left since we kill 3 and injured 1? Is that what you said?
There are 11 left. You
Okay.
air quotes injured. He's on fire and running away.
Let's keep fighting. So if there's still 11 left, I'm going to just, I suppose, fire.
All right.
So
Yeah,
is there
just so you guys-
is there any cover around or anything like that I can move up towards to not be completely exposed?
You can be in concealment if you want. You're in a large hayfield. These guys are technically in concealment as you're fighting them.
Sure.
However, that concealment on their part is being burnt away at the moment.
Okay. So then I will move to have better, defensive, area, right? Move to where the hay is kind of working in my favor, as opposed to where I'd stepped out of it to go talk to the people beforehand.
Yeah, you were still in the hay when you were talking to them.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll make my attack roll.
All right.
I'm not going to modify it or anything.
Nice. And you rolled a crit. That will hit, and you can draw a crit card and show us what it is.
Hope it's something awesome.
Where'd it go?
Hmm.
I drew it. Where'd it go? Right. Do I have to draw another one?
You have to drag it out.
Yeah.
Draw. 1. Draw. Oh, there it is. Down in this random corner over here. Okay.
Just give Scott cards, and
I believe in
apparently
you,
it just
Scott.
messes with him. He's like,
You can
Sorry,
do it,
it's
Scott.
how
like
do
all
you
over the
handle
place.
cards?
That's funny because I've actually never used the card mechanic on Roll20.
Oh, well,
really?
welcome to roll 20.
There you go.
Because
There is a card
it's not needed for most of the games that I play.
Yeah.
Anyways, the fury of this blow causes horrific pain, disintegrating pieces of the foe's body in a scene of carnage and woe. Effect: target suffers 1d3 mortal wounds severity +1 mortal wound.
Nice.
So more or less, I roll my damage.
Yes.
I do 11 plus an additional 1d3.
Yes, he would definitely be dead. All right. And an additional 2 damage. Tell me how you just basically annihilate this poor guy.
Nice.
I mean, because of the fact that it's horrifying, it's one of those things where as I'm trying to like duck or whatever from cover, I always go for chest shots, body shots, because they're the easiest target. But my trajectory is off by a little bit. I actually clip him in the hip, blow off his leg, and he's still standing there trying to like hop and trying to stay in the fight for a little while as he's just like bleeding out and like his intestines fall out the side, and then he kind of like
I assume that was a brutal rupture, right? Or
what?
What was the card that you drew? What was it called?
Give me 1 second. Vicious Counterstrike.
Nice.
Yeah, nailed it.
How do I put away these cards? Because I still have out of ammo, and I don't want to get rid of it. Well, if I right click it, it's a website. It's a browser. Okay, Frank got rid of them because there's no method. There's no way for me to put it back.
All right. So there are 10 of them. They are going to roll another quick resolve check. Let's see if they run. They need a 2. They stay. All right.
Their friends are just blowing up around them. They're like, "It's okay. It's fine."
Fine. It's fine. I didn't like him. That guy was a jerk to me. Hey, look, it's our friendly other guys' turns. They're going to fire at not you guys.
Yeah.
All right, except... Yeah, they take another one down, so there's 9 left. We go to Astar's turn again. And I will let you guys know, there are also other actions you are able to take in combat.
Yeah. Like supporting fire and stuff, and yeah.
However, some of them do cost reloads, which you guys do have a limited amount of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am going to point my staff at the closest next guy that's near me, and I'm going to use my crush ability on him.
Oh, poor guy.
Going to crush him, or try to. Woo, 6.
Nice.
That's a complication.
And you rolled a complication. So I want you to take one of the critical or complication cards.
Mm-hmm.
So
Who's drawing cards? Luther.
I just grab it.
Mm-hmm. And I believe you just click it. It puts it on top of the deck.
Then I hit
Nice for
Z
me.
to look at this. Ooh, makes it big mode.
Yes.
The current weapon has a minor malfunction and ceases to work. A successful tech test must be made to make the weapon functional. I'm not really using a weapon.
You are the weapon. No,
I am the weapon.
draw another one.
Your brain stops working,
Your
Maggie.
brain stops.
You have to reboot your brain.
Hold on. If it doesn't apply, you have to roll. You have to draw another one. You can't just say "lucky you."
Pretty much, yeah. Or you can tell me something bad that happens,
bullshit.
Maggie.
Okay. All right.
That's the rules. That's actually what the rulebook says. It's like, hey, if this doesn't apply to you,
The weapon is out of ammunition, and the character must extend.
also it does not.
Oh, your brain's out of juice.
Maggie, just tell me the bad thing that happens.
What?
Tell me the bad thing that
Oh, I
happens.
pulled another card.
Because you are psychic.
Yeah, we need other complications.
I'll
You need
make
like a new
psychic
deck of cards for me.
I'll make a deck just for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Maggie, how'd you get rid of those cards when you were done using them?
I don't know. I just hit delete.
Oh, you delete them. Okay, well, I wasn't sure if you were supposed to delete them or like drag them
It's
and put them
an
back on
infinite
the pile.
I don't know.
No, it's a infinite deck.
Like,
So
if I'm playing with cards, I throw it away. It doesn't come back.
Should I have to? Is the complication that we have to do some weird warp shit?
I mean, if you really want to roll Perils of the Warp, I will allow it.
No, not really.
Are you sure?
Thank you.
But isn't that what's supposed to happen whenever I? Oh, that's if I fail.
That's if you fail. You succeeded, however, you just rolled a complication.
Oh, okay. I think the complication is that I'm trying to crush his hand, but you say I succeed. There's a complication.
You crush his foot instead.
Oh no.
Ouch.
Actually, I think we do roll Arrows of the Warp.
Shh, Frank.
Because it is when you roll a complication on one of your powers.
It is a complication.
Yes, and you're attempting to use your power, which means, I believe, while you still succeed in your attack, so roll your damage, we'll roll Arrows of the Warp for the first time. Unfortunately, I didn't make a deck for this yet, because I didn't expect it so soon.
Okay, I have to roll my damage.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm rolling damage. 12 damage.
Excellent. Tell me how you crush him.
Same way as usual. He's holding his gun and the weapon just crushes and his hand starts crushing into himself.
Yeah, because he's holding a rifle, so...
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds painful. Yeah, so he's alive but screaming in agony as
He's
his
gonna bleed
hands
to death.
now
That's
are...
how he dies. He dies by bleeding to death.
Ugh.
All right, and roll a 2d6 for me.
I think we have a Perils of the Warp button.
We do? Cool.
66.
66. Oh boy.
Wow.
That's...
I die.
Surging warp energies. The air seems to shimmer and distort. All creatures within 25 meters of the Psyker suffer 1d6 shock, and the GM gains 1 rune point. For the remainder of the scene, all Wrath dice roll as part of a psychic mastery test that do result in a 1 or 6 must be re-rolled.
Wow.
Nice. So everyone roll a 1d6, and you're going to take that much shock as Maggie's
Yay.
Do
brain
I have
explodes.
to take that damage?
Yep. Oh my god.
Everyone.
Huh. Oh boy.
Yikes. Okay.
Wowzers. Wow.
Oh my
Oh my god.
6. Just easy 6
So-
shock.
It's shock damage, though, remember.
Shock damage, not lethal.
Yeah, that's not
Right.
okay, Maggie. Not okay, man.
So
I can
Astara,
re-roll it. Can I re-roll
explain to me. I mean, you can if you want.
I can re-roll it technically because I
She
have
can re-roll. However, she must accept to the next
I have
result.
to accept the next one, and
Oh,
because I have
that's the
Favored of
worst.
the Warp as a talent, I can re-roll.
Maggie, we don't know if what you roll instead is a fucking singularity. We all are each other's asshole. Okay, like
Okay.
All right. Now, Astara, explain to me how you end this combat as you drop both friendlies and enemies.
I'm sorry.
all of them. People.
All of them.
Okay. I'm standing there. I hold out my staff, right, and she was like whispering words to herself that sound like a song, like some kind of weird like prayer. And the guy in front, his weapon starts crushing into himself, and all around her as she's doing this prayer, and it's slowly starting to crush this guy, and he's like slowly bleeding to death. Just like this wave comes pouring out of her that's like this dark color, and it just like explodes, and just everyone just takes damage around her,
Nice.
including herself.
And
How much I shoot you in the head for? You said purple. That's the color of heresy.
I didn't
No,
say
that's
purple.
the color of the
Frank
warp.
said purple. I did not say purple.
Frank
No.
did, last my first session, he said purple's the color of heresy.
Yeah,
It is.
also
it
it's
is
the color of the
heresy.
warp. Everything is purple in the warp. It's called purple space. Yeah, so funny enough, these guys have 4 shock and 3 wounds. You literally drop on both sides, everyone down to 1 HP. They have no shock left, which means they're all unconscious on both sides.
Whoops.
That's one way to deal with them.
However, after this,
Lobos is like, no.
after this sudden burst of psychic energy surges through everyone, there's no more gunshots. You can hear far in the distance, what sounds like at least a mile away, just what sounds like artillery fire and just the random gunshot every now and then. But that's long off from you guys. In your immediate area, though, there's nothing. This slight breeze rustling through the hay grass. Is anybody knocked out, by the way?
Oh no.
Only one of you? Right. No?
I'm
Scott, you're,
leaning
by the
on
way.
my staff and I look in pain. Mentally. And she's like whispering to herself, like a crazy person.
Oof.
We all right? Let's go.
What in the... No. What was that?
I don't know. It's things like that happen around me. I'm sorry.
All right.
Maybe don't do that again.
Let's see. Ugh. I'm gonna kind of like brush it off and go walking over to. They're all knocked unconscious. I'm gonna walk amongst their bodies and look to see who the leader is amongst them.
Sure. Generally, on which side?
The ones that were shooting me.
Okay. You killed him.
Do
Oh,
they
cool.
have any good
The
loot
next
on
in
them?
command. Sorry.
They all have basic uniforms on them. Dark blue shirts, dark green pants. And they all have auto guns with at least 2 reloads each of ammo. But it looks like this was a quick combat sortie instead of a actual strike force.
I'm not sure how many were left, but I kill all but 3, and those 3 we can question.
Nice. All right.
Do you have
Yeah.
answers?
Where are we going to
Do you
take
have
them?
answers? Sorry, Maggie, go ahead.
Where are we going to take them? Can't stay here.
Where are we going
Wait.
to go in general? We just need to look around.
Bior, you're the tallest. Make a quick awareness. Difficulty 3.
And we'll take
I have an
the
idea.
we'll take whatever reloads and all that stuff too.
So you guys you can easily loot all their bodies.
Yeah, you should take all the reloads. I don't need them, but you all probably want to take them.
Now these are auto guns, so I'll give you the stats on those later, but you're able to collect auto guns from literally 15 corpses. And if you want, you can also loot the friendlies that you guys found. But Bior, you're able to see not too far away, maybe about 200 yards to your north, a flatbed vehicle.
Perfect.
A
That's
man,
it.
it seems. Not driving or anything.
No, it's parked. It looks like it was actually there to transport people when they got out.
All right. He'll point out to the party, and there's a transport to the north. We should head there.
All right. Let's grab the one we were talking to beforehand. Let's get these 3 remaining. We can use their location to get some questions answered. And literally, we can grab the guy that he survived.
Yeah.
We'll grab the guy that we were friendly with beforehand. And I'm not very strong, so I'm like kind of giving this as a command as opposed to.
Yeah, I mean, Yor will put one on his shoulder at least and just start hauling him.
Yeah.
What's your strength out of curiosity?
Higher than yours.
Yeah, the answer is much higher than yours.
Probably a lot. What is it?
I got a 3.
I have a 4. I'm stronger than you.
Nice.
Yep.
Free will. But
You're
what?
just like, why doesn't anybody respect me?
Hey guys, I'm the big commissar. You should be afraid of me.
I made my character wicked short.
Look at
I
Look at
keep
the
saying I made my
hat.
character wicked short. I'm 5'9". So short.
Oh yeah, do we put our height on here too?
You don't have to.
I put it in the bio.
But yeah, as you guys make your way to the truck, off in the distance, you hear the rumbling of battle. The man who you were talking friendly with before wakes up and looks at you and says, "Who the hell are you people?"
This was the
Come
guy
for
that we
yourself.
originally were talking with, right?
Yeah.
That was our bro. Okay.
I got no answer. I just look down at him and smile.
We need a sweet team name.
We need a sweet
We're
team.
Team Alpha.
All right. And
I
him
guess if he
saying
doesn't
that.
answer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, I guess I don't know.
Mhm.
No, that's fine.
All right. Well, at him saying, "The hell are you people?" You suddenly fade to black as you guys slowly begin to load this truck up.
Cool.
Good.
All right.
All right. And that will be it for episode 1 of Unsung Fury. Hopefully you all enjoyed it so far, and you'll be returning with us next week, Monday, 7 p.m. PDT, the same place, the same time, twitch.tv/MargaretCrone, for more Warhammer 40K. And now we've murdered everybody. Whoops, sorry.
No, you murdered everybody.
It's okay.
I
They're
mean,
heretics. It's fine.
They helped murder some people. And we'll see what happens as are we gonna interrogate this guy? We should just be like, whoops.
Yeah, you guys have plenty of people to interrogate now. One of which you're kind of chilling with.
Yeah. If you're just tuning in now and you didn't catch previously, this will be up on the YouTubes over at Margaret Crone Plays in the morning, so don't fret. Or if you're a Twitch subscriber, you can watch it immediately when we end here. We'll have it up. As well as, yeah, follow the channel if you're enjoying what you're seeing here. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and hit the bell as well so you get notifications whenever we put out a new video. And then if you want to help support us in a monetary means, because we do want to pay the cast and all of that jazz, you can subscribe to the channel and also donate to the channel as well. And then our next show on this channel will be Wednesday at 7 p.m. PDT if you want to come check out some more Dungeons and Dragons where you as a viewer can affect the game. It's madness. And then on Thursday we will actually have Front Page, which is going to be pretty amazing, and we will be playing Witches and Spellcraft, which is a tabletop RPG that I've created, and we will be on episode 3 of that, or 2?
Wow.
3? No, we're 3. I don't know. Things are crazy. So I'll just let everyone go around and you can see where everyone's at. Give them a good follow. All of these people are amazing and do lots of other cool things. And then we'll wrap things up for today. Starting with, we're going to go backwards. Delric, who plays the Commissar, who is fearless, apparently. Madballs. Where can people find you at?
Why would I be scared of anything?
Right.
So you can find me on twitch.tv/Delric or twitch.tv/Lost Initiative Show, my other channel where I hang out with some cool people. On my channel, I am currently playing in a campaign called Aurorum Kingmaker. It is my own homebrew world using Pathfinder's Kingmaker rules, not their story path. So they literally just finished season 1. Literally this upcoming session this Wednesday morning are going to be building their actual kingdom, have one hex, laying down buildings, so on and so forth. I'm very excited about that. They have no idea what they're getting themselves into. And very soon, in just a couple weeks' time, we're going to be starting Aurorum Regicide. A same world, same timeline, different party, different storyline campaign. They do affect each other in some ways more than others.
And of course, we've got Lobos Jr., who plays Bjor, who seems like he's getting a little bit of a friendship with Luther here.
Yeah, I mean, stick together, buds. We're kind of, of the Space Marine type order, so he's gonna stick to his bud there and
I'm his
follow his steps. Huh?
You're Dwayne the Rock, and
Yeah.
I'm
I've got I like shooting things, so I'm gonna keep doing that as long as there's things to shoot.
Awesome. And of course, moving on, we have where can people find you at? I don't know if you mentioned.
Yeah.
You're on twitch.com, Lobos Jr. I know I say twitch.com, it's technically twitch.tv, but still, you can
That's fine.
It's fine.
And of course, moving on over to Eric Vulgaris, who plays Gildo, who can sleep through anything. I wish I was him. Where can people find you at?
Hey, I'm everywhere at Eric Vulgaris. I'm also part-time role-playing game streamer. I play a lot of weird stuff. Right now, Tuesday nights, I do Ultraviolet Grasslands, which is like heavy metal, doom metal, Marco Polo, or Oregon Trail. Kind of like Numenera, trippy Mobius inspired game, and it's just absolutely bonkers, wild, and I love it.
Those are all things I like, but I don't know how they go together.
Yeah. I didn't know either until I started playing, and then it's like it's truly like a Lovecraft thing where the insanity makes more sense the more you do it. It's incredible.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we just got a raid. Welcome, raiders. We're gonna leave, but we'll all raid together. We'll raid another. We'll double raid. We will combine our forces and raid someone else. Like I think we were going to do in this campaign, but then we murdered them on accident. Whoops.
Yeah, no, you guys definitely killed everyone.
And of course, last but not least, we have Control Alt Frank. Where can people find you at? Of course.
Hello, everybody. I'm Control Alt Frank, as you all know. I'm the community manager here, and your wonderful storyteller here, who is definitely not trying to kill Scott. Vote now. Your vote doesn't actually matter, just like everything in the Imperium. I've already decided he's dead.
Bring it.
But you can all find me at, whenever I do eventually maybe someday stream again, at Control Alt Frank here on Twitch, Control Alt Frank on Twitter, or Control Alt Frank on Discord, where you can find us in our wonderful community Discord, where I tend to do random games every Sunday, sometimes.
Alright, well thank you all for being amazing and playing. I love this world. I'm so excited to explore more of it and have fun. We will see you next week for madness that I'm sure will ensue. So definitely tune in, and we'll see you on Wednesday on the channel as well. Stay tuned if you're here on Twitch, because we're gonna raid somebody. Toodaloo.